So welcome everybody. My name is Temi Ajibewa. I'm the author of the Amazon best-selling book, How to Make Millions in Your Nightgown. I'm the founder of the Millionaire Housewife Academy, where I mentor thousands of women to launch profitable businesses from home. I'm also the founder of the Ladies in Business Club, a membership program that helps savvy women grow their businesses. I'm also the creator of the results maximization method, which is a system that helps my clients to maximize their potentials so that they can create impact, influence, and affluence doing what they love. So why are we here? I want to assume you know that already. So we are here to learn all about money, how to make, how to manage, and how to multiply to build wealth. We are here to learn how to make money, how to manage money, and how to multiply money to build wealth. I like to call this the 3 M's of money, the MMM of M. Interesting, right? So before we talk about how to make money, let's talk about why. Very interesting topic. Let's talk about why. So in your notepad right now, I believe you have notepads, and I believe you have also removed any distraction that you may face. I expect you to have closed all the apps that may pop up on your screen. I expect you to be somewhere quiet. I expect you to have your minds ready actually to learn. Okay. So let me go, before we go on, let me just take time out to celebrate you. Okay, let me celebrate you. I want to celebrate you for being here today, because I know that it takes far more than usual for people to come for trainings like this. I know that there are well over 5,000, about 10,000 people heard about this. I'm sure about that. But they all still chose, but not everybody chose to come here this evening. But because you have chosen to come here this evening, I celebrate you. I want to appreciate you for taking the step towards your own financial freedom, because education is key. And no matter how much you know, no matter how much you earn, for you to grow, you have to keep learning, because learning is the food of the successful people. All right. So I celebrate you, for being on your way to becoming one of the 3% of the world, that is those who are financially free. There are not many of you. And before I also go on, I want you on your notepad to create a table. If you've been to any of my classes, I always encourage my students to create a table by drawing a line, a single line across your notebook. And you know what you would write there? I'll tell you in case you don't know. On your right, you write out the things that you want to start doing. And on your left, write out the things that you want to stop doing. Okay, stop doing. And the reason why I talk about start doing first is because usually it is something we are not doing that is keeping us where we are. So I don't want this to be just another class. And in case you're watching this on a replay, please obey the instructions. Please obey the instructions. I want you to be able to, practically have a blueprint of the things that you intend to do after this class, which means you just won't be another person. You just won't be another class. You just won't be another statistics that says just 1% of people who attend a class practice or do what the class teaches, or follows through on the class. So now that we are clear on that, I want you to write on your notepad, maybe just flip a page. Why do you need to make money? Okay, if you can leave me comments, let me read your comments. Why do you think you need to make money? Write it down. Okay, write it down, and write at least 3 reasons. Write at least 3 reasons. Now go further on the reasons you have written, and write why those 3 reasons are important to you. So if you have written that you want to be financially free, why is financial freedom important to you? There must be a reason behind your reason. There must always be a reason behind your reason. So if you have written out to help the needy and create more wealth, why is it important to you to help the needy? You have to be able to state it clearly, because your why would always be your motivation. Your why would be your motivation. All right? Now, I'll tell you why, in case you don't have your why yet. Firstly, the statistics are not friendly. I mean, when I saw this, I was just sad. It says that the average household income in Nigeria is 608,000 naira per annum. Per annum. That's the average. Now, when I say average, don't think of you people in Lagos alone, or those in Abuja, or those in Port Harcourt. No. Talking about of all, but everybody that earns money, everyone who earns money, okay, when they do an average from the cart pusher to the cleaner in the bank, to the housemaid in your house, to your school teacher, your children's lesson teacher, everybody who earns an income in Nigeria, when all those who earn the millions and those who earn the thousands were combined together, when they were combined together, just approximately, about half of those people on the average earns 44,000 naira monthly. And that is just so sad. 44,000 naira monthly. And the maximum is 5 million naira annually, which is about 417,000 naira as salary. So I'm wondering, if people in civil service, okay, if people in civil service are not earning up to 500,000 naira per month, so how do they manage, if we use civil service or even private organizations, okay, as a yardstick? How do they manage? And then the minimum is 37,000 naira, approximately 3,000 naira monthly. Now, I thought this was crazy at first until I spoke with my husband, and he said, right in this Abuja. In fact, we had some staff that told us that their salary where they were working before was 7,000 naira in a month. And if we could see someone earning 7,000 naira, I would not want to doubt that there are people who earn 3,000 naira in a month. That's the minimum. Then more than 90% have less than 50,000 naira in their savings. Are you among those 90%? Or the less than, or the 10%? Over 97% of people cannot support themselves financially. Over 97%. Over 97% would end their lives with almost nothing. Almost nothing. So why do so many people live in financial deprivation despite the numerous economic opportunities our free enterprise offers us, particularly in this part of the world where you need just about nothing to be able to start a business? You don't need any heavy any heavy any heavy registration, nothing heavy to before you get started. It's about nothing. And yet there is so much financial deprivation. So if nothing, these statistics are not smiling, and they give you enough reason not to become part of the statistics, right? Number two, making more money will change your life forever. Making more money will change your life forever. You don't want to be the person who is not making money because you think that money making is not for people like you, or that it's not for people for people who have a certain kind of peculiarity. Probably their gender, their age, their tribe, just about any reason at all. You don't want to be part of those, because making more money will change your life forever. You would be happier. Yes, I said that. I know plenty people say, oh, come on, the rich also cry. They say, rich also cry. Tell me, the poor cry more. I maintain that the poor people cry more than the rich people, because half of the time that the poor man is crying, what causes his tears can be fixed with money. Half of the time that a poor man is crying, what causes his tears can be solved with money. And so, when you say the rich also cry, the poor man is wailing. The poor man is crying more. So, when you make more money, you will be able to live your dreams. Now, I said you would be happier because happiness is largely a relative term. So, would there is still on probability that if you choose to be happy, it's not about compulsorily that you will. Okay, so you would be happier if you choose. Number two, you will be able to live your dreams. Whatever dreams you have, okay, whatever dreams you have about the things you want to achieve in life, okay, things you want to achieve in life, the dreams you hope you have, opening a shop, helping the needy, financially freedom, all those things can be achieved with money. You will be able to afford your family the good life they deserve. You will be able to contribute meaningfully to your society. You will have time freedom to do the things you like. This one is major for me. I want to be able to have time freedom to spend my time with people I love and people I care about, and people that actually have, who gives me the reason to want to even have money in the first place. You need to afford your family the good life they deserve. Give your children good education, live in a good house, take your kids out on trips. Be able to afford the good life they deserve. You would have the opportunity to build wealth, because riches and wealth are not the same thing. All right? So before we move on to talking about making money, we will talk about who you are. Okay, who you are. and that is under the money-making trichotomy. This is the be, do, have. There is a being to making money. There is a doing to making money. And of course, there is a having to making money. You want to be someone who makes money before you can make money. You want to be someone who is, that person before you can do things with money or have things that money can afford you. Now, I have some categories of people here. People I call everybody, anybody, nobody, and somebody. Everybody. This is a densely populated class of people with over 85% of the world. You think about it, that who are you among these four people? Okay, they think rationally. They have larger circles of friends. They have family and relations. They have common dreams. They spend more than they earn. They hope to achieve some higher goals someday, somehow. And they value work hard over hard work. Is that you? When we have anybody, this is a transiting phase to either becoming a nobody or a somebody. Now, these people here, somebody here thinks both rationally and irrationally. Somebody here believes that there is more ways of doing things and living. Somebody here believes it shares a common dream with people around him or her, but working hard to developing his own unique dreams and aspirations. He's aware of what to do, but yet to do it. Okay? Then we have everybody. Everybody is okay. Then we have nobody. Nobody lacks a sense of self-discipline. This person blames others for self-inflicted misfortunes. They blame poverty. They blame all sorts of things. They blame the government. They blame their fathers. They blame their husband. They blame their children. They blame just about anything. Okay, just because they are indisciplined. They show high dose of ungratefulness to God and to people around them. It's very difficult to say thank you, to appreciate people, to just appreciate people on what counts. These people are highly irresponsible. They have this infectious low self-esteem and disproportionate self-worth. So it's either they don't know who they are, or they think more of who they are, which means that it's either they think that they are 100% wherever they are zero, or they think that they are zero whereas they are something. All right. So this person believes that people who are wealthy are too ambitious, or that they stole it, or are simply lucky. Very silly person. But that's why he's a nobody. He ends up a nobody. Then we have people who are somebodies. Hello, somebody. If there's somebody here, say hi. Say hi if there's somebody here. Say hello. Say hi if there's somebody here. Come on. Let me see you say hi. Okay, I have Helen Sawyer says hi. Femi says hi. Helen says hi. Peace says hi. Awesome. Tessie. Oh, my people, these people. Now, these are less than 3% of the world. They have fewer circle of friends. This person believes that there are more ways to do things and goes on to try them. This person spends way less than they earn. This person works and employs others to achieve clearly defined goals. This person does not have shared goals, but has his own unique goals and aspirations. He or she knows the difference between hard work and work hard and understands how to use them to further his goals and aspirations. These are the people who actually make the world go round. They are those who consciously build themselves. So now that we are clear on the initial people, who they are, now I also ask you, why do you want to be rich? Okay, why do you want to be rich? Why do you want to make money? Why do you want to even bother being rich? Not just being making money and being comfortable. No, but being rich. And here I want you to pay very serious attention here. If you have been previously distracted, please pay attention. Cut off your distractions now and pay attention to this. You can only go as far as your motivation can carry you. You can only go as far as your motivations can carry you. No matter how energized, no matter how physically fit you are, no matter how no matter how much opportunities are available to you, please, if you lack motivation, if you lack a reason to do what you want to do, there is no way you would ever get to do it. And these are two types of motivations we have. We have the away from motivation and the towards motivation. This is a life-defining moment when it comes to making money. Your reason for wanting to make money or to be rich can be an away from motivation, which means that you are trying to run away from something. And that thing is your reason to want to be rich. It could be that you're trying to run away from poverty. You're trying to prove a point to somebody who said you can't amount to something. It could be that you're trying to live one terrible life you used to have, probably an abuse you used to suffer. And then you said, oh, because of this, I have to be rich. Oh, I have to show these people that I am somebody. You want to, by all means possible, be rich so that you can leave behind that life that you used to live. And that is a great place to start from. Having your away from motivation is a fantastic reason to want to be rich. But there is a time, there would be a point where you would achieve that goal. For me, it was showing my father. There was a time I was done showing him. I had to look for another reason, another motivation to prove my reason for wanting to be rich. Then it became my children. Then after a while, I was able, in quotes, to secure their future to a large extent. Okay, I got some investments that allowed me to, okay, even if I die today, my kids cannot go hungry. And so those kids, that it was my fear of what will happen to them, what would, what would become of them if I die now. That was also me trying to move away from a level. That was an away from motivation. But at the point it became, forget it. Beyond securing their future to the extent where I can take care of them. Listen carefully. I said beyond being able to secure their future to the extent of how I can do it if I was there physically, if I was alive. Beyond that, what else? So it now became, an issue of, wanting more for the future. wanting far more for the future. It became, wanting so much more for them than just the extent to which I can take care of them. And now this took me to the towards motivation. The towards motivation is the powerful, powerful, turbocharging reason, compelling reason why you want to be rich. It has to be so strong, but it's not an away from motivation. Away from can only take you this far. Towards motivation is endless. It is limitless. And this has to do with reasons beyond yourself. Now, if you go and look at the richest people in the world, they are the biggest givers in the world. And don't say that they give because they have to give. No. When these guys had nothing, they were giving so much as well. So there's a time that Bill Gates was the richest man in the world consecutively for about 15 years. And each year, what he would give as extra for that new year would be far more than the difference between him being number one and the second person, who is number two richest in the world. Let me make that clear to you. Let's say Bill Gates is the richest with $10 billion. And Warren Buffett is the second richest with, say, $9 billion this year. And next year, Bill Gates becomes the richest with, say, 15 billion. And Warren Buffett is his second with, say, 12 billion. For consecutively 15 years, what Bill Gates was recorded to have given in charity was more than the difference, the 15 billion to 13 or 12 billion that Warren Buffett had. Which means that if he had not given that amount, he would most likely have been way, way, way ahead. So despite being a big giver, he was still among the richest men in the world. So you're towards motivation. This is a driving force that is beyond you, that keeps you sleepless. This is more like you wanting to make money, not just for yourself, but for the world, for those who need help. And guess what? The needy would never run out in life. Of life. The earth would not run out of the needy. So imagine if you I'm just saying, one of your motivations should be going out there to help people. And so the more people you help, the more reason for you to want to make money. And so I have a poser for you now. How much money do you think you need to become rich? How much money do you think you need to become rich? Can I get some feedback? Who has an idea to become rich? To become rich, how much money do you need? $50 million, 100 million, naira or dollars? Or pounds or euro, naira, okay? 50 million. Hard question. That's it. Very hard indeed. 500,000, $500 million to become rich. Okay. 100 million naira. Okay. To become rich. To become rich. Now, for everyone who has answered this question, can you tell me whose standard or whose yardstick are you using to measure Whose yardstick are you using to measure? Where is it written somewhere? So for you, are you saying until you make $500 million, you would not consider yourself rich? Are you saying that? So even when you're like 400 million, now please stop answering the question. Let's do some thinking, some reflection now. Try to reflect on it. Are you saying if you make $400 million, you are not rich yet? So until you hit 500 million, are you saying if you make 99 million, you're not rich yet? Okay, let me ask you. Everyone, please try to answer this question. Please indulge me. Try to answer this question. Do you consider me rich? Me, Temi. Do you consider me rich? I want to read your answers, please. Just say yes or no. Just say yes. Yes, okay? Yes, okay? Okay, okay. You're all saying yes. No one thinks it's a no. Okay, okay, okay. Yes, yes, yes. So how many? Okay, okay. Shakespeare brings in another dimension to it. She thinks I'm not rich. She thinks I'm wealthy. Okay, awesome. Thank you. Chinwe Abana is here. Oh my goodness, I had no idea. Okay. How much money do you think I have for you to have thought? Now, see, think only in money right now, please. I say money, 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 money. How much do you think I have that qualifies me in your books to be called a rich man, a rich woman? I'm sure you know I don't have the 100 millions that you called just now. I'm sure you don't, you know I don't have that $100 million. Even in Naira, I don't have it. So my point is, as you may have noticed already for yourself, that there is absolutely no amount of money that can make you rich. Write that down. There is no amount of money that can make me rich. Being rich is not a function of how much. It's not a function of how much money. No, it's a function of how much or how rich or not rich you consider yourself. So if whatever it is you have right now is rich for you, then you're rich. If what you have right now is not okay for you, then you're not rich. So it's not left for you to begin to think about it and to measure your definition of wealth. And all of that boils down to financial education. Where are you right now? How much are you worth? Do you know your net worth? If you know your net worth, give me a 1. Give me a 1. If you know your net worth, give me a 1. If you know your net worth, give me a 1. If you know how much you are worth as a person, give me a 1. If you don't know or you're not sure how much you are worth, give me a 2. If you don't know how much you're worth, how much money, I mean, when it comes to putting Naira to Kobo, do you know how much in amounts now? You don't know. Good, 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 good. 2, 2, please, 2. Now, if you know how much you owe, give me a 1. If you're not so sure how much you owe, give me a 3. If you don't know how much you owe, like you're not so sure how much you are owing this person. You have not been able to come together and put it together, either out of fear, out of worry, out of you don't even have the money to pay. So there's no point in doing the maths. Give me a 3. I want to read your 3 if you don't know right now. If you don't know how much you owe, give me a 3 for any reason whatsoever. Don't even know if it is 1 naira, or if it is 3 naira, or if it is 2 naira, or if it is 1 naira. Now, if you know how much you make, if you know how much you make, like you are clear on exactly how much comes into your pockets, excuse me, on a month-to-month basis or on a day-to-day basis, give me a 7. Give me a 7. If you're not so sure how much you make, give me an 8. Give me an 8. So, let me ask you, yes or no? Do you know how much you can make? Do you have any idea how much you can make? That you can, that you have the ability and the potential to make? Do you know how much it is? Yes or no? No, 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 no. Okay? I see plenty knows, plenty knows, plenty knows. Okay. Now, let me try to quickly do some mind shifts here, some mind movements here. Unless you know how much you are worth, unless you know exactly to the last kobo the value of what you own, you may never be able to determine how much more you need to make. Unless you are clear on how much you are worth, you would not know how much you can be worth. Because what you have now is a fantastic, is the best measurement of where you can be. All you have to do is to change the indices. So if you're worth ₦1 million now, you can say, oh, wow, Darren, you're worth ₦1 million. Good, because you know, it makes your projections clearer. You can now say, okay, I want to make 7 times more of this. I want to be worth 10 times of this in 1 year. Then you do the maths. How much am I worth now? Oh, I'm worth 10 million. Or I'm worth 8,722 kobo. Then you can say, I want to be worth 10 times of this in 1 year. And then you do the multiplication. That would give you in fact, it's the simplest way to create a goal for yourself. And it's all around the wheel of life. If you have seen the goal setting course, either you have bought the course or you are in Ladies in Business Club and you have taken that lesson, you would know exactly what I'm talking about here. Knowing where you are now would help you to determine where you want to be. You now know what is missing, where you should figure out and all that. So knowing how much you owe is also a critical element to you building wealth. Why? Because you cannot, emphasis on the not, you cannot build wealth if you are owing some people. Now, don't mistake this for you when you take a loan to run a business or to engage in a money-making venture. That is outside that. What I mean is when you are unable to pay a loan because you are broke or you simply cannot afford to pay back what you owe, there is no way you can build wealth. For equity reasons, you can't build wealth because you would always be subjected to the person that you owe. Your mind would always be at that level. That's very unpleasant status of you are owing somebody. And so you cannot function at your fullness. All right? So moving on to how much you make. Come on now. This is also a critical factor to knowing your status quo. So you know how to plan for the future. You need to know how much you make now. Even if you're an entrepreneur, if you are a business owner, if you, whatever it is, that's why you need to be clear on your income streams. And then you are the one that sets the goal for each of your income streams, how much they should bring, how much they should fetch for you. That way, when you hit it, you would know what you have hit. And when you don't hit it, you would know what is remaining. And that will form a powerful way for you to be motivated to achieve your goals. How much can you make? You will not know how much you can make until you know how much you make now and as against the opportunities available for you. How much you can make is limitless. If you ask me, how much can you make, Temi? I'll tell you how much I can make on an annual basis right now, based on what I know and what I am doing. I cannot make less than 100 million naira per annum. I am sure of how much I can. My potential, based on the opportunities available and the things that I am into right now, based on the potentials available in what I do right now. I know I can. I am able to make at least 100 million naira annually. So now you also have to be clear. Don't forget your sheet of paper, your notes where you're writing what you will start doing and what you will stop doing. Don't forget. All right? Don't forget. Also, how much can you make? How much do you want to be worth? Now, like I said, if you don't know how much you're worth, you don't know how much you want to be worth. If you don't know where you are, you don't know where you don't know how to get to where you're going to. So you need to know where you are first. That will give birth to how much do you want to make. So when you know how much you make right now, write it down. Write how much, if you know it currently right now, write it down. How much do you make? Then how much do you want to make? Please don't tell me times 2. Don't tell me 7 figure. You are forbidden to write 6 figures, 7 figures. I have no idea. I'm not sure. You are forbidden to write that. You need to know how much, exactly how much. How much do you make right now? You have to go and find that or figure it out or do an approximate and then times 10 it. Very simply. Simply times 10 it. That can be an income goal for you. Times 10 is just a basic way to, to aspire for something. So even if you end up not hitting it, even if you end up not making it, you would make it to a substantial extent. Okay? And then also right behind how much you want to make, right beneath rather, excuse me, write why you want to make that amount. Write why you want to make that amount. So move on to financial education again. Why do people have basic financial problems? And I've put down here some reasons, about 6 reasons. There are more, but here are basic ones. Number 1 is they don't generate enough money. They are not generating. That's why at the end of this class, you will leave here a money generator, a wealth generator. I promise you. Many people spend more than they earn. Some people say, oh, they spend money on extended community financing. Your sister is getting married. Your brother-in-law needs this. Your cousin, your stepsister, your relative, your grandparents. These people need money, and so you are continually financing their lifestyle. You need to stop it. Unless you budget for it, you don't allow yourself to go on such a spending spree where you spend more than you earn. If you spend more than you earn, your wisdom pipe is blocked. Many people spend money on unaffordable luxuries because they say that one person has a gold earring, they must buy theirs. Someone is wearing woman hair, they must buy, even though they cannot afford it. And so they collect it on credits, and then they have to strive to pay up. So many people enter into bad debts that they know that they cannot afford to pay. They borrow money to do a wedding, borrow money to pay house rent, borrow money to pay children's school fees, borrow money to do all sorts of things they know they cannot afford to pay for. Borrow money to buy a television, to buy this, to buy that. And so you keep having financial problems. If you have questions, write out your questions now, because we will have time for Q&A. So that you don't forget, please take time now to write your questions out. Or if you think you may forget, type it out. But I suggest that you actually write it out on your notepad. Then poor saving culture. So many people just save money to spend it. They save money to spend, or they save for rainy days. When you save for rainy days, guess what happens? You get rainy days. So don't put money in the bank thinking bad things may happen to you. No. Save your money in at least a money market where you can sell it within some 2 hours, and then you can get your cash back. But it will not be the same amount that you have dropped it. Putting your money in the bank is one sure way to go broke. Is a sure path to poverty. People who are rich, we don't keep our monies in the bank. We don't. You put your money in some evolving and revolving businesses, ventures that can always increase. You may lose money, yes, but the chances of you winning are usually better than you just saving money in the bank. Then one powerful thing I call mixed associations about money. This one is terrible. What are mixed associations about money? And I'll tell you that. These are when someone feels the money is an emotionally charged topic. Therefore, it should not be discussed openly. If this is the class you belong to, say I. Say I. Just give me an I. You feel that money is not one thing you should discuss openly. If I ask you how much you make, you say, I cannot tell you, because you feel that it's not. When someone says, oh, they make millions, you feel a bit, a tinge of repulse, that why is she calling money? When people are haggling with you about your price, they're telling you, no, I'll pay 16 naira. You say, no, my tea is 15 naira. You know, it's something naira. And then you give up so quickly because you just don't have the energy to go back and forth. Because his money now, no, now. because you don't just want to discuss it. In fact, you've been married for about 5 years and you have never engaged in a conversation with your husband as to how much he makes, or how much you make, or how much you both can make. If you are here, say I. Don't be shy. This is when someone gives up some things much more valuable than the money they would get. When someone gives up things much more valuable than money to get more of it, this is when you compromise on your values, all because of money. Probably you are made to sleep with somebody. You lie about something. You cheat somebody to make money. And so because you do that, you would associate that mixed feelings with making money. You can't take it because what you're doing, you'd also assume that other people are also doing it. That is like the standard thing that happens. You assume that others are also doing it. If you are here, don't say I, just look straight ahead. Okay. Believes that those who are rich are corrupt. I'll say hi. I used to be there. If you feel that people who are rich, and when you see somebody who drives a powerful car, a young man say, yahoo, yahoo, corrupt practices, politician, what's it called? He has stolen money. If you are that, say I'm here. Or just say hi. Doesn't say hi, say hi. Or someone who thinks that making money is hard work. When you think that to make money is hard work, like you have to work hard to make money, that you have to work hard. You must work hard to make money. It is hard work. See, working hard and hard work are not the same thing. Work hard is different from hard work. Hard work is different from working hard. So you don't want to work hard, but not be engaged in hard work. What you're doing should not be hard. So don't think that because this is no. That you must give up so many things to be able to work hard. This is when someone associates making money with debilitating emotions such as fear, pride, wickedness, greed. Some people think that if I have too much money, I won't be able to serve God. No, I'll be too proud if I have money. If I have money now, people don't know my house. They come and steal my money. They come and burgle me. You live in that fear. You live in that fear that of if I have money. If you are here, say Or you feel that if you have money, you not become proud. That you'll not be humble anymore. That you you fear yourself that maybe you'll be too. You think that you'll not be wicked. Let me tell you something. If you have money and you become that, your money only amplifies what is inside of you already. Money is an amplifier. If before you had money, you were rude, when you have money, you will be rude. If before you had money, you were selfish, when you have money, you will be selfish. If when you had money, you were wicked, when you have money, you see. I was telling a friend recently that I'm doing an audit of my life. By the way, I began to write my 2019 goals about 2 weeks ago. Yes, in August. I was writing my 2019 goals, and I was sifting my circle, people that I was going to stop talking to, and people that I would start talking to. I was auditing my circle, and I said, and I thought, and I said, oh my goodness, I thought, oh my goodness, that people who are around me, who I consider rich, they are far nicer, they are far understanding than the poor people, in quotes. They are gentler. They are, they are more gentle. They are kinder. They pay attention to details more than those who are actually broke. I'm like, wow, it's amazing that rich people, at least those around me, are actually kind-hearted. It is the people who are broke and poor that usually will give you stress. They would fight you. They would live in unforgiveness. They would keep malice with you. Those who are rich don't have time, don't have energy. They don't have that space to keep malice. They don't have that space to think of you as somebody who hurts. They don't have the time. It is people that have nothing to lose and are jobless and don't have things that are filling their hearts, that have time to keep malice or grudges or live in condemnation. People who are rich, they are productive. They have positive mindedness. They have no time for things that are nasty. So, these people also believe that having so much money will wipe out all their challenges. That is stupidity. I'm sorry if you're here. Having money cannot wipe out all your challenges. Some people think, oh, those people are people that actually go out there to do money rituals. I heard of one person in Akure that used his girlfriend, a daughter of a former governor, of a former deputy governor, to do rituals. The guy killed her and cut her body parts and cut her head off or something, and then hid her under his bed for, I think it's supposed to be 7 days rituals. And then the 6th day, his younger brother perceived that there's a foul smell, enters into his room and saw the body, and then called their father, and the father called the police, and that girl was wasted, all because this guy, if he does not think that having money would wipe out all his challenges, why would he kill a human being to make the money? Those are mixed associations about money. What you have associated money with. They think that having mastery of managing one's financial resources will not avail one the opportunity of improving the quality of one's life and others. I'll explain this. Some people think that if they master their resources properly, that they will not be able to enjoy life, that they will not be able to live better life, that maybe they'll be living in frugality, that rather they'll be living in stingy life. So when you see anybody who has a budget, or who says, oh, I'm sorry right now, I can't afford this right now, they feel, all these rich people. And that's why they stingy. If you are here and you have ever cursed your uncle or abused him and said he's stingy, just say, I'm sorry. Type in, I'm sorry. If you have ever said, rich people are so stingy, just type in, I'm sorry. Let me go to the comments and see. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Yes, you should be sorry. Because the rich, I keep saying we the rich, because I consider myself a rich person by my standards. So if we the rich keep giving our monies out the way you expect us to give it, there is no way we would be able to master it and make it work for us. There is no way we'll be able to use it to our advantage. There is no way. This morning, we saw one of our church members. I am my husband. She gave us what's it called now? Ivy, wedding ivy some weeks ago. And then it seemed like it was a long time away. But today was a Thanksgiving. I'm like, oh my goodness, already done? And I said, honey, we need to give this lady something. Oh. And he said, oh, yes. I asked, how much does he have in mind? He said, maybe 20,000 naira. And I said, oh, okay, awesome. I hope you can handle it. And he was like, what? I'm like, because honestly, this month is 2nd of September. I said, honestly, I said, my benevolence budget cannot accommodate that right now. I mean, I can't even spend 5,000 naira. I can't even spare it because as the month began, the carryover from last month, those I could not help last month who asked me for one thing or the other, I had to bring them forward into September. And the moment I entered this month, that benevolence wallet jar was already filled up. It was complete. So I said, honey, if you have 20K, give it to her, please. If you don't have it, maybe I'll put it in my next month budget. But I mean, this is the 2nd of September. It's still a long time. If you can borrow me, probably his own benevolence budget can accommodate it. Mine can't. All right. Now, so people somebody who hears that, somebody who is in this class, or who used to be like this, was it millionaire housewife? You make at least $1 million per month. How can you not have 20? Even your husband said, okay, both of you contribute 20K. He will bring 10, you will bring 10. Or maybe even give 15. You will drop 5K. If you don't have it. That's so stingy. That person has a mixed association about money and things. Because you make so much, you should be able to spend so much. And that's why such people end up in nowhere but poverty. Even if they win a lottery, statistics has it that everybody who ever won lottery, let me say 99 out of 100 of them, they always go back to their status quo because their minds, they cannot handle that magnitude of money. They have not become, that is the be do have. They have not become kind of person that can handle the wealth that they are looking, that just got into their hands. Are you with me? Are you with me? Good. So let's move on to, so how to make more money? What are your options? Borrow, beg, borrow, beg. Now, if you notice something, you would see that all these feelings, all this mixed association about money, they are all feelings. Notice the words. They feel money is an emotionally, gives up things, believes things, associates, believes things. All these are feelings and emotions which happens in the mind. And this reflects the state of the person's mind. Okay? So let's move on to how do you make more money? What are your options? Borrow, beg, steal? Nah. We have 4 options. Work on a job. What are you willing to do to be rich? Work on a job, run a business, own a business, or invest in assets. Work on a job, run a business, own a business. Now, what kind of a job means you're an employee, right? So let's move on to economic alchemy. this is like wealth science, the science of making money. And it says the ability to take something of little value and convert it to something of significantly greater value is as simple as that. That is how you improve your lots. Also, AKA turning ideas and thoughts to products. Turning ideas and thoughts to product. That is it basically. So this is the history of opportunity, where the hunter moved on to becoming a grower. I mean, it used to be hunters, kill animal and all that. They're now going on to growing, you know, planting and all that. Then at the point, the warrior, but the rich people, because they plunder the growers' food. Then the craftsmen, people, you know, who could make things. They found cities. Warriors wouldn't get us. They thought warriors wouldn't get them. Then we are explorer who would go and explore far away lands. Like people who came to Nigeria to colonize us, you know, taking our value, our worth, our arts, our fuel, our money, our wealth away. Then we had merchants. People bring things from other land and sell. Then we had mechanizers who make machines. Then people now went into industrial age to create electric machines, making things even faster. And we had oil drillers. When the oil was discovered, they became the richest people. Then now we have corporate executives now who, you know, who make large cars made large, factories into corporations. Okay? Now we have financiers, people who are not even doing anything fiscally anymore, but they buy and sell corporations. They do LBOs. Okay? Then we now is the age of startups. Now is the age of startup where everybody is practically a startup, making useful things faster than corporations. That is the history of opportunity for mankind. And you want to pay attention, okay, to becoming, to being where the world is right now. So now, I asked earlier on that that's how to make money. Be an employee, you know, own a business, run a business, own a business, or an investor. For an employee, don't demand a pay rise. If this is on how to make money. This is the how. If you want to make more money as an employee, don't demand a pay rise. Rather, think of improving your value. How many times? Times 10. Awesome. 10 times. You got it. Become an 80-20 individual where what you are, where in your organization, you are among the 2%, or rather the 20% of people who get the company 80% of the results. That's the 80-20 principle. That's the Pareto's principle. Ask yourself, how have I made or saved money for my company in the past 12 months? If you're currently on a job, don't be the same person who is just who is just the person who is just eating the employee's money. Then ask yourself, how can I help how can I save my company money, or how can I make them money? How can I? When you engage your boss in a conversation like this, the boss knows that you are a keeper, that you not deserve a pay rise. You don't have to demand it. Okay? And because most people don't even think of themselves as parts of the company. They say, I work in an accounting firm, like that. They don't say, I am so person in so place. They don't think of their value in that company because they are unhappy with their job, and therefore they don't give their best, and yet they want a pay rise. Now, if you don't want a pay rise, this does not apply to you. We're talking about you how to make more money, even on your job. This is it. I had this guy, I had this place where I do my pedicure. So there's a time that their boss bought this fake nail remover. I mean, you soak your nails in the nail remover for minutes and hours, it will not remove. I said, this remover is fake. They said that it's not really fake, but it's just polish remover, it's not nail remover. And I was like, after about a month later, I went there again, they still had that same nail polish, that nail remover, nail remover. So I said, why did you tell your boss? The guy said, well, I don't know for them. Oh. I said, but you are the one here. You're the one that's using this thing. You should know, you should be involved. You should tell her what is wrong. And I said, and it's not like you have your own shop and you would expect people to actually, to actually pay you what you are worth when you're not even putting yourself, in that circle. Now, if you're self-employed, listen to this carefully. To make more money, you have to invest in quality staff. You cannot do this alone if you want to make more money. Self-employed are like professionals. They are the lawyers, the doctors, the accountants. They are all their work, all their value is in their head. They are the ones who can give their best. As in, they are the ones who can deliver their they're the ones who can deliver their services. To make more money, you have to invest. I mean, don't pay yourself. In fact, don't eat. In fact, go hungry. Don't send your kids to school. Yes, I said so. Invest in quality staff so that you can duplicate yourself through processes. If not, you will not be able to earn just more than yourself alone. So invest in yourself personally. Go and attend more trainings, more classes to know more things and become better at your trade. And then now separate yourself from your business by putting down structures. So this means that you know everything that you need to do to run your business successfully. What you then do is to now put down structures and let people know, your staff know what to do, from when they pick your call to how they reply your mail to the mails that they send out. You now have a due process to it. And then you'll be able to employ the right people. And most importantly, become a leader. There's a time I was self-employed. When I was doing my data sharing business myself, only me, until I said, I knew that no, this cannot continue. I had to now train some staff, some people to do my business. I mean, I had to start having VAs. I employed about at least 6 people to do data sharing for me. I stopped doing it personally. I now pay them salaries. So that was when I had time to go and run my certification programs. Okay, to become who I am. Even now, I'm also putting down structures. If any of you got mails for this webinar, I didn't send that mail. My assistant did. She confirms payment. I had to put a structure that allows her to get the alerts, to see payments, so that she doesn't have to ask me every time, ma, this payment, confirm it. No. Once you make payments, she sees the alerts. She sees notification. She confirms your payments. She tells me that somebody has paid, and she replies your mail. We have a template for the mails that she sends. So we are all clear. She knows what we do on a monthly. She knows our goal. And she knows what is left to accomplish it. As in, we are working in sync. My guys that do my graphics as well, they know I didn't have to do my graphics myself, go to Canva every time, every day to go and do my design edit. No, I send them content, they do it. I had to become a leader. All right? Now, if you're a business owner, to make more money, invest in acquiring quality team members. Now, I didn't just say employees or staff members. I said team. Where you say team. And if you watch me, I call my people as team to me because I can't do what they do. They do their job so good. They make me shine. I'm just blessed to have them. So as a business owner, you have to invest in quality team members. Then invest in quality machinery. If they need to have data, if they need to have mobile phones, if you need to buy them a phone, you need to buy them a laptop to show that they do what they need to do seamlessly, do so. And of course, investments. And of course, become an investor. If you have more money, become an investor. You would have my mentor come in shortly. You'll be here in about, you'll be online in about 3 minutes. Now, to make more money, the single most important and potent way to expand your income is to devise a way to consistently add real value to people's lives, and you will prosper. I promise you, you will, as in surely, if you work on devising a way, as in you will to create the way to make a way to consistently add real value to people's lives, you will prosper. I promise you. It's like, quality versus quantity of value. Now, for me, how I made my first 7-figure income, it was very simple. Many of you have heard the story before, but if you haven't, let me share with you. So I was a pretty, stay-at-home mom. I began, I changed my mobile phone, needed cheap data bundles. I got cheap data bundles, and I thought to myself, the same way I have these needs, there will also be thousands of people out there who also have these needs. And so I learned the business. I failed at first, but later on I learned and I began to sell the data business, data bundles. And from there, I would make money from home, right in the comfort of my home. MTN data sharing, make 300K, 400K. Then I thought to myself, this knowledge that I have, there will be other people too who need this same knowledge to be able to make the same level of money I'm making. So then per transaction, I would make 500 naira. And to make 100,000 naira, I had to engage in about 200 transactions. And so I moved myself from the person who is earning 500 per transaction, somebody who now earns 20,000 naira per transaction, because I was now teaching people how to also do that business. Okay, so I had to increase the quality of value I was bringing to the marketplace. So it's the case of quality versus quantity. At a point, I was doing quantity per transaction, 500 naira. But later on, I moved on to per transaction, 20,000 naira. Now I have per transaction 360,000 naira as a product that I offer. Okay, so that is it. You want to increase the quality of value you deliver as against the quantity, because the more value you are able to bring to the marketplace, the more money you are likely to make. So very quickly, let me share with you money making options. We have real estate. You know this. Invest in real estate if you have the money. Business enterprise. Engage in a business yourself. Start small. Dream big. OPM, OPT. Other people's money, other people's time. Someone like me, when you get people's money and then you use that money to start a venture, to do an investment, I do that a lot for people and I make money from that. OPT, this is under network marketing. Use other people's time. When you have trained them, you have put in so much, they are now doing the work and you are earning residual income. Fixed deposit is a way to make more money. Money markets is a fantastic way to invest. Treasury bills. Talk to somebody you know, an accountant, anybody, people around you that who know about treasury bills. Go to the bank, talk about treasury bills. Stocks and bonds, buy shares of companies. Now it is low, buy now. Mutual funds, go to Stanbic IBTC. Talk to them about their mutual funds. I have funds there that run to about, that they fetch about, they give about 10% every month. Okay? No, sorry, every year. It is a low income. Every year. Insurance policies also give some returns. When you have an accident, they give you money. These are money making ventures. Forex trading. I do forex. I'm into IML. Cryptocurrencies are also very, very rich right now. Very, very rich right now. Mad money. I mean, I wish I could show you my wallet. Under 10 days, I did about $700. I was shocked. I'm like, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. My mentor is here now. Okay, we are grateful to have, we are so grateful to have Mr. Ajibewa in the building. Welcome, sir. Welcome. So I have a few minutes to wrap this up. So realities from creative works, and this is one cash cow for me. Realities from creative works where you have written a book, a course or something, and then you are able to receive money over and over, to resell it over and over without you doing the work again. Comes to you residually. So how do you manage money? I'll go over this quickly, but I'm sure you understand it. Understand financial statements. I beg you. I beg you. I beg you. I am begging you. If you don't understand financial statements, there is no way. There is no way you can ever be able to manage your money. Because it's not about how much you make, it's about how much you manage what you make. Understand financial statements, balance sheets, and assets against liability. Your car is not an asset if it does not fetch you money. I am proud to say I don't have a car, but I have cars that bring in money for me. It's one of my income streams. Yesterday, as an event, when I finished there, I was looking for a cab, and someone offered me a ride. One of the people that attended the event, in fact, one of the people that were my team members at the event. I'm not ashamed of the car, because where am I going to? A car is not an asset, it's a liability right now, unless that car is bringing money for you. I don't leave the house, I'm always in the house here. And my car by that was like 4.5 million naira. That amount could buy me an Uber car, 3 Uber cars conveniently. And so I chose that option instead. No liabilities takes money from you. So far you are living in a house that is not your own. Even if it's not your own, it needs to make money for you. So if you have a house and a BQ, and your house itself is a liability, your BQ which you rent out is the assets. Understand income statements. Okay, don't be afraid to face your bank statements. Monitor it, see how much is coming in for you every month and how much is going on every month. Don't always hold cash in your hand. Right now, I can't boast of 50 naira in my house right now. I do all my transactions online so that I'll be able to trace how much I spent when I print out my account statements at the end of the month. Understand cash flow. When you're always having inflow, it does not translate to profits. You may be having plenty inflow. Maybe you sell television. You're having 30 sales. Money is coming in, but there's no profits because the profit margin you have put on it is lower than your running expenses. Understand financial concepts like percentage, discounts. When I say I'm giving you 10% discount, know how much is remaining. Go and Google these things and learn the concepts. Wealth creation is not for children. Capital, running costs, interest, ROI. Go understand what these things mean and respect them. Step 2, set financial goals. And I've taught you how to do this, right? Financial goals, knowing where you are and where you want to go to. It makes things a lot easier for you. I'm not sure if you can see my vision board up there, but I have 4 checks I wrote there. 4 checks to indicate my financial goals. I have right here my goal for 2019. I said 2019 goal is I want to have 10 streams of income with at least each fetching me $1 million monthly. Maximum of endless amounts. One could fetch me 100 million, but at least minimum of one giving me 1 M every month, so that I can net at least 20 million every month. As of right now, I have 13 streams of income, 12 actually, and each gives me an amount every month, which I'm not trying to grow it into other things. So have financial goals. Don't be somebody who is, who is just imagining that things will happen for her when she hasn't set it as a goal. Next thing is understand cash flow management. The key to financial stability is managing your cash flow by accumulating assets. Don't buy things that you don't need. I beg you. Things that you cannot afford, don't buy them, and reduce your expenses. Reduce your expense. Don't think that that you must have everything. That yeah, this thing, no. If you don't afford to send your kids to school this term, let them sit down at home. I mean, as an entrepreneur, it's not mad for you to do such. If anybody gives you money for their school fees, use that money to go and sell pure water, to go and sell gala, and then you'll be able to raise the money to pay their school fees next term. It is part of growth. Invest your surplus. So if you save 10,000 naira, invest the surplus. Don't just keep it in the bank. Then insure your exigencies. That means any money you're keeping for rainy days in quotes, don't keep them in the bank. Put them somewhere where you can insure them. Insure the money. We can give at least some small returns, worst case scenario. And then have saved your 3 to 6 months cash reserve. All right. And so this is my spending blueprints, my suggested spending blueprints. Okay. And the rule says that you should learn to live on 70% of your total income. Personally, currently, I live on 28% of my total income. Yes, I do. I live on 28% of my total income. In fact, my business pays me salary. My business pays me, as in all the account that you all paid into this month, no matter how much people you, at least I had about 100 people enroll for this course. I think about 101 or 102 people enroll for this course. Imagine how much you all paid. Guess what? That money is not mine. My salary at the end of the month from all my business, from my coaching business, so all the one-on-one coaching, people that are paid for Ladies in Business Club, people that are paid for what now? What is Inner Circle? Everything of it, I don't have more than 250,000 naira. I don't. That is from this one stream, this Temi Ashabi coaching, that business. From my other investments, I don't even spend a kobo. Like I'm perpetually broke on that level. As the money comes in, I don't even think I have money. I put it back there, as in back. Don't even stay in my hand. And then when the time is right, I can then pack the lump and invest into something long that I really want to be able to invest in at the end of the day. Okay? So that is me currently. I just spent just less than, in fact, I think this last month I even cut it down. Last month I did not take any money outside Temi Ashabi Global Limited business. Every other thing, even my transport cars, my cars that bring in money for me, I don't spend a kobo from it. Put it all back because of the goal I have. The goal by December, I have a goal I'm pursuing, so everything goes there. So I spend 10% on capital investment. I know I spend almost say 80% on it. Okay, 10% to charity, 10 on savings. This is my own recommendation. So my final slide here says 2 things that will surely make you poor: lack of discipline and procrastination. If you think that all these things can be practiced, then you are already a goner. Okay, so the cost of procrastination is very expensive. You can't afford it. You can't afford procrastination. You cannot afford it. You can't afford it. Okay, so with this, I will take a breather, and I would love, I've delayed my mentor for 10 minutes. Jehovah, hey. But he's a fantastic man, and I know that he so loves me and he so cares about my success, for him to be here to invest into me. I mean, this is a huge investment. Nothing I pay could have, I'm not even paying him. Well, nothing I have paid or will pay or can pay, yeah, as a word, can ever, make up for what we have learned and for what he would dish out to us tonight. So thank you so very much for being here. I have just one more message, but right now we would focus. That is where I promised to share with you my income stream and all that. If we still can take that, we will take it. If not, I'll record it separately. Okay, I'll record it separately, and we would be, I will add it to the replay of this. But right now, we need to listen to one of the richest men I can personally say I know. Welcome, Mr. Adeolu Akinyemi. You are unmuted, sir. I hope you can see and hear me well.
Hello.
Okay, I can hear you,
Hello.
sir. Please, who can hear him,
Okay.
please? Sir, can you please greet? Can you say something for us to know that we can
Hello,
hear you?
good evening, everybody. I'm happy to be here. Well done,
Okay.
Temi.
Awesome. We can all hear him. Yay. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Welcome, sir. Welcome, welcome.
Thank you.
I'm not sure how to introduce him to all of us. So please permit me to just say that please make welcome one of the men I am privileged to know personally, somebody that is sacrificial. I remember the day I went to go and meet him. It was around 8 p.m. at night. I just knew I had to meet him. And he left everything. And he came out to meet with me, had a conversation with me, and then blew my mind up and said, Temi, you have no idea. That was his word. He said, you have no idea what you have going for you right now with this brand you are building. And this is over 2 years ago. And even in my distance, he has remained a very dearly person to me. So welcome, my mentor. Welcome, my wealth mentor. Welcome, Mr. Adeolu Akinyemi. He has the floor now, so he can just go ahead and share his screen with us and teach us, and we have them. If you have questions, ladies, please note your questions, and then we will take your questions at the end of the class.
Okay. Thank you very much, Tim Tokwe. Thank you very much, everyone. I will be speaking for about 30 minutes tonight, and then we will have time for question and answers. I will work together with Temi Tokwe to also answer questions once that time is right. So today I'd like to start with a very personal story. I'll share the screen in a moment. I'd like to start with a personal story about my own financial journey. And I want to use that story to basically encourage everyone present to let you know that we all start on a particular day. And once we start, the possibilities really become endless. So I want to encourage you. It doesn't matter where you are today. You can begin to design your future today. How your wealth plan will be is a function of what you choose to do with what you hear today. Realize that if you don't do anything about your financial future, nothing will happen. You'll find yourself in the classes, in the category that you don't want to find yourself. You find yourself in a category that you don't want to find yourself. So I'd like to encourage you to pay attention to these statistics. We're going to kick off from here. So somebody did this research with 100 people, studied them from the ripe age of 25, and tried to evaluate their lives over the span of 40 years. So they were 25 when this research started, and they were viewed until they were 65. And by the time they were 65, the following was observed. It was observed that out of these 100 people who had work that they were doing, who were early career people, by the time 40 years they added to their years, in America, which is recorded at the time as the most entrepreneurial country in the world, by the time 40 years had passed, 54 out of the 100 had become financially dependent. It meant by the time they were 65, they were still needing the support of the government or their family members to sustain them financially. 16% were still working. They were fired, but they were not, they had retired, but they were not hired. 25, they still felt there was energy and there was not enough money. They still needed to work. In America, where life expectancy is about 65 years, 24 had died. 5 out of the 100 were independent, and only 1 out of 100 had become financially free. What does this mean to us? What this means is to become financially free is something that 1 in 100 achieve without deliberate effort, without education, without the enlightenment. In the most entrepreneurial nation in the world, 1 out of 100 become financially free at 65. So if you are listening to me today, the chances and the odds are really stacked against us. It means if I don't do something deliberate, if I'm not paying attention and really planning and designing what my future will look like, it is very unlikely that I will not become financially free at 65. Now, half of the group became dependent. 16 out of 100 were still working, 24 were dead, 5 were independent, meaning that they had some level of systems, but they still needed to show up, and only one. This became very clear to me around about 12 years ago. 12 years ago, around when I was at work, I realized that I checked for the first time, I analyzed my financials, checked my balance sheets, looked at my income statement, looked at my financial profile, and I realized that in financial terms, I was not very bright. I tell people, ignorance of one's ignorance is the minimum qualification required for admission into the College of Fools. I'll say that again. Ignorance of one's ignorance is the minimum qualification required for admission into the College of Fools. People are just basically living from hand to mouth. They're living a life of sustenance. They want to be. People do not really have in there. Today is the gift of the jolt into reality, of realizing that the way I'm spending my life is not the way that my life will end where I want it to be. That I need to be deliberate about looking at where I am today, asking myself very frank questions, and asking where am I today, asking myself very clear questions about where do I want to be in the future, and then deliberately having a design to say, this is how I'll move from where I am to where I'm going. Now, don't get me wrong. It is possible to earn income, to earn phenomenal income, and still be stranded down the line. It is not only about earning income. Earning income is good. Earning income is important. But more important than earning income, you need to put a system around your life that ensures that whatever it is you are earning is being organized and planned for in such a way that you will not need to work for the rest of your life. A time must come in the life of every one of us where there's a time when I have enough energy and I can drive, I can do business, I can run around, I can do a number of things. And the time will come in my life when I will not have that strength. When that time comes and I don't have that strength, I must have put systems in place, systems, deliberate designs in place to ensure that no matter what happens, I can be sustained. And that's what I want to share about in the few minutes that I have to talk today. And for me, this was how it happened. I had worked for a few years. So I finished from school. I'm one of those guys who got my NY started. I got a phenomenal job. I was a manager from the very first opportunity. I tell people I had the opportunity of earning more than my father and my mother put together just before my NYSC. My life started on a very high level. I was like almost highest paid person from the people of my category and colleagues. I was well paid. Now, this fantastic salary I received September 5, 2001, also became something that within the space of 5 years had multiplied. It had multiplied by 5. My salary had significantly, what am I saying? I multiplied by more than 10. My salary had significantly gained value. I had increased my capacity. I was earning more. I had changed jobs. I was on the fast track. The youngest manager in the company I was working in multinational. I moved from multinational to multinational. I was doing well. But guess what? The real shock came for me when I realized that earning more did not equate to building intelligent, any more to having a desire to ensure that as many people as I meet, I'm able to also help them in this enlightenment journey to realize this is what you need to do to get your finances together. So very quickly, if you look at the screen in front of you, this very simple diagram that has income statement and balance sheet is something that everybody wants to ensure that they have for themselves as well. Because you cannot where the goalpost that will continue running. To establish an end, I need to know where am I going. And before I begin to head for where I'm going, I need to be very clear about where am I today. So one of the key things I would like us to be able to do is to be able to, very, very simple. It just requires 4 key elements that are very important in being able to capture a snapshot of where you are today. Number 1 is income. And if you are listening to me, fundamental question is, are you earning any income? Okay, are you earning any income? Is there any way you're generating income? And if you're not generating income, thankfully, some of the things that we've been listening to my millionaire housewife talk about is how to generate income, the different streams that are possible, how you can make money. It is important. I can't overemphasize this, but let me say this very clearly. Many times we are shackled by poverty. Many times we are where we are. We don't even know what we are fighting against. We don't know how important it is for us to be liberated from our current realities. And I want to say to you today, if you are not very financially buoyant, if you are not able to accomplish your dream in your heart, life is crucial. I tell people, wealth, no matter whatever can be said for or against wealth, like it, hate it, be indifferent about it or ignore it, there are things that are clear. I cannot live a fulfilled life without money. So if I want to, what do I want to do? God knows that when he makes a baby, the baby needs to grow. A child will not grow without food. Food will not be accomplished without money. Okay, people will not be clothed without money. It takes money to buy clothes to wear. Even our intelligence, our capacity to read, to write, to communicate and transform ideas is a function of learning. Okay, books are not free. And even if it's a religious, spiritual book, you will still need to pay for it and pay for concordance to be able to interpret what you are reading. So even gaining knowledge physically, intellectually, or spiritually requires funds. And then, of course, love, even love, what we're all commanded to do. Love, if I'm not willing to be generous, to give gifts, to share with others, to say to them, I love you, take this. I usually crack a joke and tell people, which husband will you prefer? The one that tells you, I love you, I love you, I love you every day. And then you're asking him, do you really love me? Or the one that says, close your eyes, follow me on this journey, and takes you outside, takes you to a fantastic place and says, it's our 10 years anniversary, put something in your hand and says, press it. And you press it and it does pim, pim. And then you open your eyes and you see this beautiful, sporty Range Rover, okay, red in color. I said, which one will you know that loves you? The one that says it by their words or the one that does it by their action? And I tell people, love is denied full expression by lack. That if you have more, you can love more. If you have more, you can be more generous to other people. So our highest lives are lived when there's resources. So it's important. This topic is very, very important. And let me tell you today, it's not just a mental exercise. There are forces that would love to keep you where you are. So you need to make up your mind that you want to live where you are. And the first place is you need to know exactly where you are and where you want to go. Okay? Nobody can give you direction to where you want to go if they don't take into consideration where you are. So any financial guide, any financial teaching, any seminar that does not pay attention to where you are uniquely, okay, will only move you in the general direction. For you to be particular, you need to be very clear. Where am I today? How much am I making as income? How much am I spending on a monthly basis? Do I have any positive cash flow? Do I have positive cash flow? Do I have reserves? Am I building assets? What am I doing to my liabilities? And what is my plan to become financially free? Now, these key questions I've asked you very simply are the basis of 8-hour talks, 10-hour talks, 1-hour talks, long-hour talks. Okay, but very quickly today, we can begin to itemize a few key things and get them done. So very quickly, I'd like to ask you, as you're listening to me today, please document. I hope you are hearing me though. I'm doing a lot of talking. I'll just be checking. I document and say, this is my income. Okay. Number two, how much do you spend per month? Now, I've probably spoken to over 100,000 people in over 10 countries over the course of the last 10 years on financial intelligence. I've gone around, spoken a lot, interacted with people, and I've realized that many people do not know how much they earn on a monthly basis or how much they spend on a monthly basis. Many people are clear about their income. They are not clear about their expense. Many people do not know how much do they spend. And this is very important because if you don't know how much you're spending, it means you're not yet in control of your financial future. There are 3 key elements that give you control of your financial future. 1, your income. 2, your expenses. And 3, what I call your cash flow. Your cash flow is the difference between your income and your expenses. So you have your income, you have your cash, you have your expense, and you have your cash flow. Now, these are 3 key things you need to know. So if you don't know today, congratulations. Over 70% of people that I interact with cannot tell me very clearly what their monthly expense is. They don't know what they spend on that. Now, your monthly expense has about 36 to 50 components, ranging from housekeep, utility bills, phone credits, internet data, family care, home care, hospital bills, food, and general list of items of the things that we need to spend on. You need to be clear on what your income is. You need to be clear on what your expenses are, and you need to know your cash flow. Okay, your cash flow is the control you have over your future. Your cash flow is the tool you have in your hand to be able to design the desired financial future you want to have with. So, so this evening, as I share with you, and I tell them I'm at the hospital. Okay, just go straight, turn left, turn right, take 2 kilometers, turn right again, you get to where I am. If I describe my destination that way, I will not be very helpful, because guess what? I may be at the hospital in Sokoto. It is very important for you to know, for you to know where I am, that you're coming to, and it's important for me to know where you are, so that I can give you a direction that suits where you are. So today, I'd like to categorize us into 9 categories. And in those 9 categories, I would like you to be able to identify exactly where you are, so that I can give you a journey, a step-by-step journey on how you can get to where you want to be. Now, I'll say something very, very importantly. Many people are not designing or planning their lives for wealth. Many people are planning and designing their lives to have more money. The reason why we have a lot of challenges in the country of origin, Nigeria, here, is because many people are not financially intelligent. Many people are not aware. So people feel, if I can amass a lot of money, then I'll be fine. If I can amass like 50 million naira, then that should take care of my problems or my challenges. This will not take care of your problems or challenges. What your goal is not security. What you want to achieve and accomplish is not a life where you become financially secure. What you want to accomplish is a life where you become financially free. What is the difference between financial security and financial freedom? Financial security is ensuring I have a house, ensuring I have a car, ensuring that I am safe. Okay? Now, safety is an illusion, because safety does not really exist. Every safety is guaranteed by somebody who is not safe. So somebody who thinks a job guaranteed income. If you ask your MD, you realize your MD realizes that if business has a challenge, then everybody's job will go. So every security is guaranteed by somebody who is not really secured. Financial security is an illusion. But many people go for security. So once we get our first job, or once we get out of school, we want a job. Once we get our job, we want a car. Once we get a car, we want a house. Once we get a house, we want to be able to be landlord free, and then begin to aggregate and accumulate money towards our future. This is not the path. The pattern is I want to be free. What does it mean to be free? To be free financially means I need to design a system. And listen attentively. I need to design a system with where I am no longer actively working. I can be earning more passive income than I spend for the rest of my life. I'll say that again. To be financially free is a state of life where what I earn passively. So there are 2 kinds of income. There's active income and there is passive income. So financial freedom is a state of life where what I earn passively, without effort, without work, based on systems created, is more than enough to take care of my living active expense. The moment my passive income exceeds my living expense, it means I do not need to work any longer in order to earn sustainably. On the day I accomplish this, I have become financially free. Now, financial freedom needs to be the goal of every one of us. Based on my interactions with people in Nigeria, in South Africa, in the UK, in America, as many as I've met in this my crusade of sharing the knowledge about financial intelligence, I have realized that many people don't even have financial freedom as their goal. Now, today, one of the best gifts you can do for yourself is to inculcate this into your goal. To say, I may be earning a little money today, I may be earning a lot today. I want to put in for my activity. It requires my sweat, it requires my effort, it requires my time. Passive income on the other side is also called residual income. It's income that I earn either from what I have done past. Once I have these assets in place, and about 5 categories of them, and I can be earning passive income that exceeds my living expense, then I'm free. Now, for me, I discovered 12 years ago that my balance sheet looked like this. There was nothing in my balance sheet, no assets generating passive income. I had no liabilities as well, because poor people who don't borrow. Poor people are taught very early in their lives that borrowing is bad. Everybody has a very bad experience from someone in their family who borrowed and ended up badly. So the average person who does not really embrace wealth principles feels scared to borrow because of the bad experience they've experienced in the past. They don't borrow. They don't have assets. They just earn and they spend. They are oblivious of Parkinson's law that says that when money increases, those who will spend it will also increase. Their income will always match their expense, and every salary increase will have a 3-month lifespan before it becomes history. People are unaware of this reality. So they realize that they earn, they spend, they earn, they spend, they buy land here, they buy something here, and generally 25 years, 30 years down the career line, they realize they've not really built any system. Today, I want to be able to shock us out of our current slow mode and say, you know what, begin to do something differently. Begin to challenge the status quo. Begin to reorganize your life, reorganize your finances, reorganize your resources, and ensure that the downward spiral ends today. I'm really trusting God that somebody will have a miracle of a paradigm shift today to say, you know what, I'm not pursuing security, I will pursue freedom. And these are the steps I need. These are the junctions I want to get to. These are the milestones I want to achieve in 5 years, in 3 years, in 10 years. I want to be able to bring myself in these doldrums, my dreams. So what financial freedom journey is about, but it starts with one place. Okay, so the first place it starts is about our psychology, our thinking process. As a man thinks in his heart, so is he. So I'm really a summation of my thinking process. And guess what? If my thinking process does not change, my wealth will not change. If I cannot change the way that I think about wealth, the way I think about money, nothing will happen. So we'll have a fantastic seminar. We'll be excited at what is shared, but my thinking needs to change. My psychology needs to change. And I'm hoping this evening that a number of us will get a jolt in our psychology, and then we'll be able to attract more money and create more income. I'm sure you've heard people say from wealthy people that if they ever got broke, they can always reorganize themselves back, relocate to a new place, and they can create the money back again. The reason why that is possible is because money is a concept. Money really is a concept. Money, you need to understand the rudiments, the fundamentals of what created money, so that you can always replicate it, so that you can always not look at money as something that my family was denied when I was young, not look at money as the business where you hate people, not look at money as the very evil things that poor people look at money. When I was growing up, I felt that money was unrighteous. That doesn't make any sense. But growing up and learning about a few things, studying God's word and becoming the kind of person that God is leading me to become, I realized that not wanting to be wealthy is selfish. Okay, it means I'm not looking at how my life can overflow beyond just me into supporting and helping others. And I don't want to say these are something that to make me look different or make me look better. Hey, on market women I can extend my life beyond my life so that the dreams I have to make society better, to make community better, to make a difference in the lives of people can become reality. This project started about 2 years ago with 5 market women. We went to the market to go and convince the women to say, look, we want to train you on a weekly basis. We want to help you. We want to make a difference in your lives. We would like to really be able to help and make a radical transformation in what's happening in your families. And this is not for profit. This is just for doing good, because one of our goals is when we achieve a level of wealth and get to this point where in our lives, we would like to be able to give back in this way. And we spoke about 20 women. Many of them didn't believe. Only a few came back and said, let's start. And we started training them every week, giving them resources, training them every week, giving them resources. And today, by God's grace, we have over 1,033 of them that we're supporting. What am I saying? I'm saying when you live your lives financially correctly and you put the right systems in place, not only are you better for it, you're also a better human being for it. You're able to affect society better. You're able to make a difference in other people's lives. There are many people whose dreams are tied to yours, whose dreams will never come to pass except you get a grip on yourself and begin to live correctly. And I want to charge somebody here today to say, stop living for only you. Okay, whatever is holding you bound is holding 500 people that are connected to you bound as well. Whatever is not making you live at the highest level of your potential is also affecting 5,000 people whose destinies are connected to yours. So for the sake of yourself, for the sake of those whose lives are connected to you, get it right. I tell you, when I go to negotiate business deals, I'm not thinking about myself alone. I'm thinking about the lives that my life touches. I'm thinking about the places, the people are making a difference in their lives, and I ask myself, is it worth it for me to get this on their behalf? And the answer is yes. And if the answer is yes, I go for it. And anybody who looks at me will wonder, what is driving this guy? Why does he want this so badly? I want it so badly because their lives are tied to mine. So there's a psychology about wealth creation, and there's a formula. That formula says W equals to KVN. Now, I like you to understand this number. W is equals to KVN. W is wealth. K is a constant. V is value, and N is number. The wealth you will ever be able to command will always be a function of the value you add, the number of the people you add the value to, and what I call the coefficient of perception, how your value is perceived. So today we're in a webinar, wealth creation webinar, where there are about 100 of us who are paying for this value, and the wealth that can be created is a function of the value, the number of people that is being added to, and how those people perceive that value. And this is very interesting because sometimes many of us focus our attention on adding significant value, but we only add the significant value to only a few lives. So the number of people that we're adding value to is not a lot, but we're adding a lot of value. I tell people the job of a medical doctor is significant value. But if a medical doctor is only treating 2 or 3 patients, then it defines how much money he can make. The job of a footballer is very low value. All the value that's being offered is value. Is Ronaldo can earn so much. That's why Messi can earn so much. A musical value is entertainment. Okay, people probably pay 100 naira to watch a great musician play their music and to watch them perform. But because this value is being added on network television and hundreds of millions of people are watching it, then the musician can earn phenomenally well. Wealth is a function of value times the number of people the value is added to times the coefficient of perception. So if we're going to be able to create more income, and it's important that we create more income because the real deal, our cash flow, I tell people it doesn't really matter how much you earn as much as how much you have left. So it is important that I earn much. It's important that I am in control of my expenses so that my cash flow, which is the real deal, can have significant value because my future, my financial future is a function of my cash flow. If my income is high and my expense is more, it means my cash flow is negative. If my cash flow is negative, it means the future will be worse than the present. If my cash flow is positive, it means there's hope for the future. My gradual accumulation of my cash flow will create potential for me to more. Creating wealth, I need to begin to think and ask myself, what value can I create? And value is in different forms. Value is whatever you do to solve another human being's problem. So some people are selling food, they're solving the problem of hunger. Some people are selling knowledge, they're solving the problem of ignorance. Some people are selling creativity, some people are selling entertainment, people are selling different things. Find what you want to sell. Find what you want to be an agent for. The origin of money is trade by barter. Once upon a time, there was no money. Once upon a time, I added value to you, and then you added value to me. I have a chicken, you have a rabbit. I give you 2 chicken, you give me 1 rabbit. That's how exchange was done in the world before money. Today, we are moving into a world where value is being digitized. So you're having cryptocurrencies and the rest of them, and the real concept of value is being again redefined. And you need to understand this. You need to be able to value what you're offering. And even if it's not for cash, your mind must go beyond cash. So ask yourself, how can I exchange the value I have for value with somebody else? So I can give you a rough example. So in the beginning, when there was no money, people exchanged value. People got what they wanted by trading what they had for what other people wanted. The same thing is still going on today. Only we have a system, a banking system, started from Goldsmith, but today we have a banking system where the value we have has been reorganized into currency, into cash value. And based on that cash value, I don't need to supply my goods to a rabbit again, because sometimes when people want to supply their rabbit, the person who wanted to collect the rabbit didn't want, the person who they wanted to give the rabbit to didn't want to give what they had. So people needed to do complex permutations to get what they wanted. So money was introduced to be an equalizer, to rebalance value and help people get value for what they do. But today, if you're going to be wealthy, you need to still retain that concept of value and realize that not everything is about cash. So I can look for the best and highest way to trade my value, to get value, to ensure that I am creating income. The person who creates value creates wealth. So if you look at Nigeria, who is the richest man in Nigeria? Who is the richest man in Africa? If you look at it very in details, you realize that the richest people are the people who are adding value to the highest number of people. Why is Dangote rich? Sugar, salt, cement. Why is Otedola rich? Kerosene. Why is Adenuga rich? Recharge card, Glow Mobile, data network. So all the things or psychology for wealth creation. So I'll talk about wealth psychology a little bit as well. There is a general psychology for wealth creation, and that psychology is the way I must think. There's the way I must see life. There's the way I must view things in order to create wealth. So the first thing I tell people is a mindset. So you need to believe. Okay. So tonight, I'd like to encourage you believe. If you think you're going to make it. If you think you're not going to make it, you are right. So it's better for you to choose that you make it. So wealth creation is a mindset. And I'm hoping that today somebody will leave this place with that mindset, with a mindset that realizes, I can get to anywhere in the world I want to get to. I can move into any space in this world I want to move to. I only need to make a plan and begin to go there. So everyone who's listening to me tonight, let me ask you a question. If you wanted to go to America in the next 1 year, what will you do? If you want to go to America in the next 1 year, you ask yourself, do I have a visa? If you don't have a visa, then you begin to plan to get a visa. Do I have the resources to travel? If you don't have the resources to travel, then you begin to accumulate resources to travel. If I think when I apply for my visa, they will not give me a visa, from Kenya, I go to Kenya, I come back. I try to go to South Africa, or I try to go to UK, or I try to go to Dubai. I do an international trip. I come back. I'm gaining history. And I've accumulated money together. If I have all of this together, there's no country in the world I want to travel to I can't travel to. I only need to know what my current reality is, know what I want to achieve, and I can put a process in place. For your finances as well, there's no financial dream you have that you cannot make come to pass. You need to ask yourself firm questions. Where am I today? Where do I want to go? Do I believe? And I want to encourage you this evening, believe. Wealth creation is a mindset. You need to believe. By God's grace, I'm where I am because I believed. And I believe that our goals are self-fulfilling prophecies. That the moment I set my mind on an ideal, on an end, the forces of nature cooperate and collaborate together to make it happen. And I'll tell you in very simple ways. No wind blows in favor of a ship without direction. So in the morning, winds blow north because a sailor will pray for north, and that sailor will pray for south, and that sailor will pray for east, and that sailor will pray for west. And if God wanted to answer their prayers, he will need to send the wild wind. The wind blows the way it wants. What you and I need to do is set our sails. So set your sails, ladies and gentlemen, set your goals, set your mind, believe you can accomplish it. Once your sails are set, every wind that blows begins to assist the ship in the direction it has set for itself. No wind blows in favor of a ship without direction. Every wind blows either in support or in maintaining the status quo of a ship that is very clear on its direction. Wealth creation mentality is different. It's different from the normal mentality that people have around you. You need to be inspired. If you're a Christian, you need to be led. If you're a Muslim, you need to ensure that something beyond yourself, is giving you the drive to want to be wealthy. Okay, so wealth creation is not a normal mentality. It's different. You need to be inspired. It is potent. You need to invest in it. So I want to congratulate everybody who is here tonight. You are investing in your transformation. You are investing in your change. Okay, and it's potent. You need to invest. You need to invest in going for seminars. You need to invest in reading. I tell people, if you are serious about any topic in your life, you need to have read as many books about that topic as your age. So if you're here today, I can see one of my sisters here in the house today who is probably, in their advanced years. It means you need to read more books. Means you need to attend more seminars, because the paradigms that we have that are not for wealth creation were developed over time by listening to people, by watching programs, by watching television, by interacting with society. If you want to change it, you must invest in that change. Wealth creation is boring. To earn 1 million and only spend 250,000 naira. These are boring things. But if you're going to achieve success, you need to be focused. People may not be praising you and celebrating you for what you are reserving, because what you are reserving is not visible. People be wondering, how come you're earning so much and you don't have a car? How come you're earning so much and you're not living in your own house? The system and the structure you need to build requires that you spend quality time building the foundation. Nothing may show on the outside. But if you are building a system that will create financial freedom, you will laugh last. Okay? It's a long play. You need to be patient. You know, some people after working for 35 years and not being free, coming to realize this knowledge, suddenly feel, hey, my time has gone. How do I change? How do I make this happen? How do I make it happen in the next 24 hours, in the next 30 days, in the next 1 year? It's a long play. Okay? It's a long play. You need to be patient. Okay? The mentality requires that you plan yourself 5 years, give yourself 10 years, and tell yourself, you know what? I will make this happen. And get a coach, get somebody to track you, get somebody to ask you, where are you? How far in the journey? Okay, we perform better when we have guidance. It's leverage. You must think beyond yourself. So the mentality that creates wealth is not me. So a market woman goes to the market and buys products with 5,000 naira. That's all she has. And with 5,000 naira, she buys a number of loaves of bread and she sells this bread. And by 12 noon, she has finished selling her bread. And guess what? She made 30% profit. If she is able to, in 1 day, she made 30% profit. If she's able to get a little leverage to double her money at 5,000 naira, and she's paying an interest of, let's even say 5% per month, which is ridiculously high, guess what? She can make 60% per day on the money she borrowed. She can accomplish a lot more with that money than she's going to pay back. And at the end of 1 month, that leverage will have made her multiply her resources by as much as 4, 5, 10, and all because of leverage. People who move far in their finances are not thinking about themselves alone. They are thinking, how can I leverage? How can I share in the energies 1% of the 100% efforts than just the 100% of just my own? Okay? Wealth creation mentality requires information. So in order to learn, you must become a student. If you're here today and you're thinking, what are they saying, Joe? What are they saying? They don't understand Nigeria. They don't understand the biggest opportunity space today for creating solutions. The bigger the problems, the more the opportunities. So it requires becoming a student. I tell people, when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. So once the student in you is ready, the teacher appears. So I've laid the foundation. So what I want to do quickly tonight, as I can wrap this session up to a close, is define for you the 9 steps in the financial freedom journey, so that you can determine where you are. We'll number them. And this is a very basic test, but it will be able to show you where you are, and it'll be able to show you the steps you need to take from where you are to where you want to go. So I want to help you today to design your wealth, your wealth map. I want you to design your future by looking at the cardinal steps that everybody have seen in their wealth journey arrive at. And then from that journey, we can move forward. Now, it's going to look like a lot of jargon, but bear with me. I will explain it. And then once you understand it, you can follow it. And you can listen, pay attention. I'll be done with this in 10 minutes and we'll be open for questions and answers. Okay? So this is a map. This is a map. If you look at this map, there are 9 boxes in this map, and they travel, they go all the way right, then they go down, and it goes left, then it goes down, and then it goes right again. I'm going to explain what each one means. We're going to label them 1 to 9. And tonight you will tell me where you are. And from where you are, you will see clearly where you need to be next. And ladies and gentlemen, this is not a joking exercise. This is a serious exercise. I did this exercise. I saw myself move, and this is a very good way to check how you are moving. So if I'm going to Sokoto, for example, and I tell them at home, I'm going to Sokoto, and I leave the house and I'm going by road, and they call me in the next 5 hours, they will ask me, so where are you? And where I tell them I am, will let them know if I'm making progress or if I'm not making progress. So after 5 hours, they call me and I say, I'm currently at Lokoja. You may feel, okay, Lokoja, you're on your way to Abuja, maybe they're on track. If they call me in another 5 hours and I say, I'm at Abuja, so well done, journey is going far. Why don't you stay there and rest? and continue tomorrow morning. But if they call me after 5 hours and I tell them I'm in Port Harcourt and I started from Lagos, then anybody who is listening to me knows that something has happened. I've entered the wrong vehicle. So the same thing with our wealth futures. I can have a clear plan. I can design how I want to go, and then I can know how I'm making progress. So let me explain it very quickly. The first box, which is blue in color, says income is less than expense. I is less than E. What does this mean? It means that today I am earning less than I'm spending. Now, the very funny nature of expense is expenses. No, we all have expense. Whether we are earning or not, we all must spend. Everybody who is listening to me tonight has already spent money. So if you already spent money tonight, it means you're spending, whether you are earning or not. So it's important, it's good, it's beautiful. That many of us that are listening today are ladies, are wives. This is amazing because women are so blessed. And I'm not saying this to flatter anyone. Women have huge potential. What women need to do to keep things together, to bring the children up, to get everything set up in the house is a lot of multitasking, is a lot of skill. I tell people, men were God's last creation. Women were made after men. It means women were not made from sand. They were double refined. So women are amazing. And if you're a woman and listening to this today, this can be the channel through which your family gets it right, because you can use the influence you have and the capacity you have to help put structure in place in the home to help your family ensure that this is done properly. So if today you are earning more than you're spending, you're at level 1. Okay, that's level 1. Level 2 is my income has been able to match my expense. It means I don't owe on a monthly basis. My take-home pay can just about take me home. My income and my expense are almost virtually equal. I have no extra savings. I'm able to get by the month. This is how I'm living. You are in step 2. Step 3 says, I am earning more than I'm spending, but I am saving to buy other liabilities. Once I save, somebody comes from the family and says something happened, the house collapsed in the village, something happened on the road, your younger brother needs help, and you find that everything you have saved always fritters away in various directions. It means your income is more than your expense, but the difference is still income and you are spending it. You don't know how you are spending it. If this is how your life is lived currently, you are at step 3. Step 3 means I am earning well. My husband is working in a good place. I'm earning good income as well. The income I have is more than my expense, but I can't see it. I don't know where the money is going. I'm saving it. I buy a car. I reset myself to 0 and I start again. I'm not really building anything, but I'm earning more than I'm spending. That's step 3. Step 4, I am earning more than I'm spending, and there is cash flow available. And this cash flow, I've realized today that I have cash flow and I can begin to put it aside. So I've already started savings for the last 1 year. I am putting 20,000 naira, 50,000 naira apart every month towards the future assets I want to build. You are at step 4. Step 5 is I've done this consistently for more than 3 years. 3 years, there's cash flow 1, cash flow 2, cash flow 3. I am building these reserves. I am building the reserves, and I've already built it to like 1 million, 3 million, 10 million. I have 10 million cash reserves. I am looking actively for opportunities to create passive income. I'm looking for assets to buy. I want to buy houses. I want to buy passive income generating projects. I want to involve in paper investments. I want to get involved in intellectual property. I want to do some capital gains deals. I have cash that I put aside. Step number 6 is I have done a few deals. I have a few assets, and these assets, I'm buying them. Some of them, there are 2 reasons why you buy assets. You can buy assets for capital gains, and you can buy assets for cash flow. What's the difference? Capital gains means I'm buying this asset. Before it will ever give me value, I must sell it. So I'm buying it low so I can sell it high. That's a capital gains asset. Usually, if you don't have a lot of money, if you don't have more than 3 million, 4 million, you can really only do this kind of deals. You buy land in choice areas, you buy properties in choice areas, you're able to sell them off, have a capital gains deal, you buy shares, The value grows, you sell it. You buy Ethereum 5 years ago, the value has multiplied by 250, you sell it. Those are capital gains deals. The world is evolving and changing, so the things that give you access to capital gains are increasing as well. So I do my asset deals. I'm in step 6. Okay, step 7 is when you have PI less than E. By step 7, it means I am already beginning to achieve passive income. Okay, I'm already beginning to achieve passive income, and the passive income I'm achieving, is not up to my expenses yet, but at least I am enjoying some passive income. I'm enjoying some passive income. Now, I'm enjoying passive income means something is, there's money coming in that is not by my direct effort already. The assets I've been able to build are generating some value for me, so I have some passive income. Now, once I begin to have this, even though it's not where I want to be, but it's starting in trickles, I have passive income. My passive income is my expense. I'm at step 7. Step 8 is where my passive income begins to exceed my expense. By step 8, I probably have a number of properties. I probably have diversified my portfolio in a number of spaces. I have some intellectual property that are bringing in money for me. I have real estate that is bringing some money for me. I have investments in treasury bills. I have investments in, I'm doing proof of stake in a number of cryptocurrencies. I'm mining in a number of spaces. I'm doing a variety of things in all of these spaces. My passive income is more than my expense. I'm at level 8. And by level 9, my passive income is multiples of my expense. It means now I'm doing fantastic. It's not just passive income greater than expense. Passive income is multiple times the value of my expense. I'm becoming more stable. I have a diversified portfolio. Income is coming from a variety of spaces. I'm balanced. That's step 9. Now, so these are 9 spaces that you're likely to be in. Tonight, I'd like us to identify where we are. So the comment boxes will be open. I'll be resting off so that we can have our questions. But this is a very basic design of what my financial map can look like. It helps me realize where I am, and it tells me what I need to do to get better. So, for example, I tell people, if you are between step 1 and 3, you need to increase your income. If you are between step 3 and 4, you need to become intelligent and know that you need cash flow and begin to reserve it. Now, in this journey of financial freedom, there is the back arrow. So you can move forward and move back. And in my own experience, I've made a number of errors. I've invested in a number of wrong projects. I've done things that have hurt me. I've done a variety of things. So I've seen failure. I've seen success. I've seen failure. To fail is your first attempt in learning. So in this journey of entrepreneurship and creative financial freedom, you will make some blunders. You will do some investments that will not work. You will get involved in some things so there's a front and back arrow, but you need to ensure that every time you go front and back, you learn. And you ask yourself, what do I need in this area? What you need between step 4 and step 5 is discipline. Discipline against all odds to continue to accumulate and to continue to put together, even when your last one did not work well. By the time you get into assets, you will make some wrong choices. You will buy some assets that will gum in your hand and stay for much longer. Things may not play as planned. You don't give up. You keep on trying. Okay, you keep on trying. You keep on giving it value. You move from gathering cash flow to creating assets. You move back as well when you sell your assets. You move into another category. There's a lot of moving back and forth between step 5 and step 7. Before you get to 8, there's capital gains, there's cash flow. You keep moving forward and back until you get your rhythm right. And then you invest in what gives you a lot more passive income than your expenses. And then you build and multiply. So tonight, I'd like us to say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Where are you in this process? Thank you for listening to me. I'm going to pause it at this junction and invite back our chief moderator to share thoughts and lead us in the next steps. Thank you for listening to me.
Wow.
God bless.
Wow. Guys, this was amazing. Thank you so very much, sir. God bless you. Real big. All these mathematics. Well, I know that for anyone to become financially independent, the person must invest in their numbers. They must know their numbers. And this usually is an issue with many of us who did not like maths. I mean, we do not like maths. We just want to, can you stop sharing your screen for a second, please? We just don't like maths. We just want to, okay, awesome. We just want to do our arts, just do arts like that, just do literature and English, and then this comes back to fire us at the end of the day. But with my growth, you know, I've learned to respect numbers, because the other day somebody gave me an instance that if you're talking to your boss, you know, on some things, and you're in his front just saying, okay, sir, if you hear this contract, this, just be talking anything, no matter how intelligent you are. The moment you say, sir, I think that would increase our bottom line by 2.1%. And then if you can add a little by 0.72% to it, and remove some fraction from 0.2, that the man will look up. No matter what he was doing before you began to talk to him, the moment you begin to mention percent, something point, that he will look up and listen to you, because numbers is the language of the wealthy, is the language of the successful, and the earlier we embrace the numbers, the better for us. And that's why, for me, all my goals, see, my goal for, let me show you, you know, usually I see 2019 goals. Can you see 20? It's not clear. Oh gosh. 2019 online coaching launch goals and activities. That's it. I have 4 launches for next year. It's my screensaver. This is my screensaver. Okay, that is 2019 goals. I have them ready as my screensaver. Then let me show you my lock screen. My lock screensaver is the number. This is numbers. This is, can you see? It's in different colors. Can you see? January? Can you see arrows? January, MYR webinar. Can you see that? Have 200 people make, as in 1 million. I have everything from January all the way to December. All the way to this. This is timing out. Oh, all the way to December. Can you see that? January, February, March, all the way to December. These are my own goals. I had to fall in love with numbers when I knew that I was ready to make money. And I'm so happy with this table that Mr. Kiyemi just painted for us. God bless you, sir. As in, I am blown away. I'm like, if anybody had second thoughts and they just did not come to this class and they need this class, I have only one word for them. Yeah, like they really missed out on lots and lots of things. So personally, I am between I am actually I'm riding between 8 and 9, because currently my passive income far outweighs my expenses, like far expenses. Then I'm also passive income in multiple times greater than. So I may just want to increase my expenses. Probably when I increase my expenses, I'm sure that, because I'm not leaving my standard yet. Okay, maybe when I increase my expenses, probably my I know my passive can still not go over my income. So that's for me now. So ladies, there you have it. Yes, I'm sure that you have so much you want to say. It's a mind-blowing experience. Yes, it is. Absolutely, it is. And I'm sure you are happy that you are here. I'm sure you are grateful that you are here. So I want all of you to take screenshots of this live stream, okay? Take a screenshot and then go and post something either on your Instagram stories or something and tag me. I need to get a feedback from you, okay? I need you guys to give me feedback about this. And then now if you have questions, you need to ask your questions now. Yes, it's been mind-blowing, absolutely. Yes, that's the thing, it's practical. See, making money is practical. Making money is very, it is achievable. It is, there's no magic to it. It is a step-by-step science. You mix this plus this plus this, you would have your answers. So this is a question. It said, I have talent for memorizing numbers in sense of remembering phone number, accounts. So any idea what value I can add to create wealth? Okay, I think if you are great at that, you can actually look at opportunities, you know, that people may require your numbers. So are you good with numbers in terms of calculation, accounting? Because you have to be able to identify the problem your passion solves or that your talent solves. And this is a step I take all my clients through. Either you do my inner circle or my one-on-one coaching program, there's a place of identifying the problem this your so-called passion solves. If your passion doesn't solve a problem, nobody will pay for it. I say people may pay you to get into to get out of people may not pay you to get into heaven, but they will pay you to get out of hell. If you have downloaded my free guide, the one I wrote on how to make millions do what you love, that free guide, I taught it there that there must be something, there must be a hell that you are bringing people out of. That is the hell you must identify. For me now, look at this webinar now. All that information in my head, if I did not think of creating a webinar where I can actually solve the ignorance, financial intelligence ignorance for people, there is no way you have been able to pay me. So I had to translate that knowledge, that info, and the relationship I have with someone like Mr. Akiyemi, I had to translate that kind of relationship to the value it can bring. So imagine I need to host all my mentors, all the people I have basic relationships with. Imagine I began to, okay, that's an idea. That's the money-making idea. Come on. Imagine I bring like an elder, for example, to one of my webinars to come and say, hey, now go pay Abi. So my point is, you have to look for the problem. You have to find it yourself. Okay, so you're asking if I can give you examples of safe investments to venture into. Okay, yes, I can give you examples. And then, so allow me to show you something from my slides. So I have I have somewhere I wrote my own personal income streams. Okay, I said my personal income streams. I wrote somewhere there about about my own where I put my money into currently. So, and I'll show you this. Okay. So I want to hope you can see my screen. All right. So, so currently I have one-on-one coaching. People that pay me 360K to coach them. 360K is the discount price. It used to go for 360K per 30 days. Now it's 360K per 90 days. This is a discount I'm running this month, all because I realized that people that really need me can't afford me right now. So let me help them. Okay, I have my group coaching, which is my 50K per month coaching. That is a group coaching, still with the templates of what you will learn in one-on-one, but it's a longer period. You have to be in for at least 6 months to be able to come out with something there. Then Ladies in Business Club, I'm sure most of you here are there. Then I have ebooks, I have e-courses. Those are residual. My ebooks, I don't do anything again about them. I just set up my funnel, my ads. People are buying theirs every day. E-courses, and of course you know that. Like this webinar too now is also one of them. Then I do wind trails. Wind trails gives I think wind trails gives approximately 12%. Let's say 12 to 14% monthly on your money. They pay you daily. Okay. I also have what I call a leverage investment forum. If you are here and a leverage investor, say hello. I know many of you are here. I was reading your chat in the group. You're talking about as coach started, as this started. So currently we have over 100 investors who earn 45% of their money every 90 days. Every 3 months, any amount you bring in, you get 45%, almost half. That's almost 50% of the money. And we've been doing this since March this year. And minimum investment is 100,000 naira. Okay. Then so then I have Bit Club. Okay, Bit Club is a form of Bitcoin investment where you are mining. Okay, I'm sure you heard when Mr. Adelu mentioned mining there. That's you are mining. Are you mining? Are you buying blocks? Are you crypto? Did you buy Ethereum? All those are the things that we invest in Bit Club. Okay, and I mentioned cryptocurrencies with everyone now. So I do Bit Club. I do Leo. Leo also is a form of coin that we invest as well. Bit Club, you need approximately 200,000, 180 and 200K to enter to join it. Okay, and then we have different rigs and folders you can buy. For someone like me, I bought the founders shares, and founders shares goes approximately to approximately I think 2.5 million naira. Is it? Sorry, it is $2,500. How much is that in naira? Let me be sure. It is $2,500. No, there is a 1.5. There is a 2. There's a 5,000. I think I bought the 5,000. Yeah, about the 5,000, 1, 2, 3, yeah, the 1.8 million naira, yes, times 360. Then there's Leo. Leo is a form of crypto. Okay, like I have one coin, I have the billion coin. Leo is a form of crypto, and then I invested that one some weeks ago. That one also gives you money on a daily basis. But they pay you in Bitcoin. So the value of Bitcoin at any time that you sell it would be your own benefit, and Bitcoin is not going anywhere. As in, crypto is not going anywhere. Crypto is not going anywhere. So we have the LIF investments. That is my investment platform. I take on the risk, and we trade. We trade in what we call altcoin. That is alternative coins. It is not Bitcoin itself. There's plenty, thousands of coins. It's like saying currency. There are thousands of currencies that we trade in. We buy and trade, and ensure that we use our stop loss and stop profits safety guards so that we don't lose more than we are making. All that is for me. So if you want to join LIF, Bitcoin, or Leo, you can always send me a DM. You know, now at least you have my phone number. You can always send me a DM or a mail or something, and I will show you how to be a part of all of this. Then IML is my forex trading. Forex trading where I'm not only trading forex, I'm also building a tree. That is, it's a network marketing funnel where with this club, with LIF, with Wintrills, with Leo, you don't have to bring anybody in to join. You don't have to bring anybody to join you at all. But IML, you trade on forex, pure forex trading, and you don't also have to bring anybody in. But if you choose to bring people in, that is fantastic. That means that you have any money on the residual. I have 3 accounts, and one of my accounts earns 36 times 4. That's approximately 3 times 4, 120. Approximately $150 per month. The other account earns $300. No, it's the same amount too. $150 per month too. Then my own account earns $600 per month. I make about $150 per week from that. So from the 3 accounts, I earn approximately $1,000 every single month. From not $1,000, 600 plus 150 plus 150. That, yeah, about $900, not to 1,000. Okay, every month from IML alone. And I also have transportation. I also have real estate, but I'm not adding all those ones here. Of course, transportation is I do hire purchase. So I have like I said, instead of using my money to buy a car to be driving, a car that I don't go anywhere. I mean, I'm usually in the house. So if I have to go to anywhere, I can call any of my cars to come here and deliver. They deliver 60K per 2 weeks, so 120K in a month. So with 4 cars, you have 600,000 naira coming in. With 1 car, you have 120K coming in. With 2 cars, 240K coming in. Now I have what I call my cash cows. Cash cows are simply, of course, cash cows are sure banker cash that no matter how bad, something must enter on a daily basis. Okay, and these are my digital products, such as my ebooks, my online courses, my online trainings, my summits. Many of you here have taken my my book, my course on data sharing, which is my what course is it? My Start an Online Business e-course. Goes for 26,000 naira. So every month I run ads to that course, and people actually take the course on a daily, monthly basis. I mean, I've had good months where I sell up to 100 people. When I launched in March, we had over 100 people pay for the course. When I launched in July or something, let's say launching since last year. And that same course, that same training, I've had it since last year, over and over and over and over again. So even in your own business, in one thing that you're doing, let's say you are a tailor, You can draft out multiple streams from that one business. You can go into fabrics. You can go into stoning. You can go into sewing materials. You can go into sewing itself. You can go into patterning. Into this, and look for streams from that your one business. If it's not residual, I don't see why you should have different. If it's not residual, if it still has to take your own time, take your energy, it is best that your that the streams are intertwined in one place. Though I'm not limiting you, don't limit your mind. I'm only telling you, I'm not giving you my own personal opinion about creating multiple streams, because people talk about multiple streams a lot, and this makes people to end up tired and fagged out doing many things. You sell shoes, sell bag. Me, I've sold every and anything. I've sold, okay, I'm not sold human parts. I've sold cars, sold houses, sold shoes, sold bed sheets, sold wristwatches, sold earrings, sold hair. I've sold clothes, sold cars, sold insurance policies, sell. But now I'm not all. As you can see, everything I'm sharing with you here, my one-on-one coaching, it takes my time personally. My group coaching takes some of my time here. It is in business club, not so much at all. I mean, usually it's social media. For my ebooks, residual. E-courses, residual. Windchills, in fact, I don't even log into the accounts. LIF, residual. Serious OPM. I use other people's money to trade. Of course, the money is insured, it's guaranteed. This club gives me money every 8 p.m. every night. No, nothing. Leo, I don't do anything to earn my Bitcoin there. IML, I don't do anything anymore there. As I've built a team, and so my team is growing. My transport, not me, they drive the car. The houses that are getting tenants into, I have to do nothing at all to earn money there. So all these, my ebooks, my courses, I don't do anything at all to earn money from these places. Okay, so all these are income streams you can share. So I'll let Mr. Adeolu Akinyemi to share with us some of his own advice or cash cows, what he can actually advise that any of us can leverage on. Obviously, sir, please help my destiny. I'm looking for more streams, though, please, because I want to grow. My goal next year is to grow at least each of my income goals at least 10 to 30 minimum of $1 million every month. At least that is my books. In fact, my coach told me, I saw my coach 2 days ago, was in Abuja, and he said, Temi, unless your books begin to fetch you at least 3.6 million every month, I don't think it's a cash cow. I'm like, coach, but he's doing about 300K in a month now. I said, no, unless he's doing 3.6. So start looking at how to systemize it and make at least 3.6 million from your ebooks, your e-courses every single month. The one-on-one coaching goes for 360K, have at least 10 people there, so that at least 3.6 is closed with those people on a monthly basis. Your group coaching, have at least 20 people in your inner circle, and that gives you $1 million. Ladies in Business Club, I need at least 1,000 people to come in every single year, and that's why I have a plan. In fact, if you saw this thing very well, I was I shared everything. So I know what I'm launching in January, I'm launching in February. I put all the numbers. Okay, you're not seeing all the numbers to it. Every single thing is laid out. Even when I travel out, like I'll be traveling in March, in September, and in December, I have what I've outlined for those periods, so that even when I'm on holiday, I still have set up something that is still bringing me money. That's me doing anything at all. That's why I'll be doing some other launches of some other courses that I don't have to be there. So allow me, I'm sorry I talk so fast. I just trying to save time and then to be able to give you so much value without you feeling overwhelmed at the same time. Okay? So welcome back, Mr. Adeolu. If there are other things you want to enlighten us, please do let everybody know what else they can come into. Thank you. So, okay, of course, I did not add my insurance. Insurance fetches me money. I did not add my mutual funds. My mutual funds is something IBTC, gives me 10% annually. I didn't even add those ones. They are not. I'm not considering them as money because I'm not earning from them actively. The money comes, but doesn't come to my hand. It goes back into the system on a compound interest basis. So I'm not, it's not on simple interest. So as the money is generated every month, it stays in the account and the account is still being used. It means it's being rolled over. So I don't even consider those as income streams yet, at least until it builds to an extent that, okay, this is an income stream. I begin to income from it. I begin to earn from it. Okay, I'm trying to unmute Mr. Adiolu. He has spent so much time with us. We have 3 minutes to go officially, but I doubt to. Okay, sir, are you unmuted, sir?
I'm unmuted now, yes.
Oh, awesome, awesome. So please, do you want to share with us some other streams of income that my ladies can take advantage of, please?
So what I think we'll do is, if any other streams I can share with you. I think there's a lot. I think there's a lot that people can get involved in.
A part 2 to this to this class. I'm sure they will pay for it. I'm sure. Nobody here, after hearing all of this, will still want a free information again. They are cured of free information for life. But please share with us.
Yeah, so I can put together a list of things that people can get involved in. Okay. So I can put that list together and then I can share with you and you can pass it on. Okay. One of the key things I think, if I can add the thoughts, is don't be closed-minded. There are things happening around the world. The fact that people have burned their fingers at something doesn't mean that opportunity is not there. So many people are a bit afraid and skeptical about the cryptocurrency space, but it is the future. Blockchain is the new internet, and the world is going to be shrinking as far as the transactions of trust is concerned, and blockchain will make that happen. So open your eyes, open your mind, look at opportunities. If it is too good to be true, then double check it. Double check, find out from people who are doing it, find out how long it has lasted. Many of the good opportunities may not have even been on ground for long because it's new technology. But pay attention, open your eyes. There are many things in that space. The conventional spaces of real estate are still strong and good. There are collaboration things that you can do. So, for example, 20 million, 30 million may be too much for one person to do. And I think as a group, you have a club, you can collaborate together and do some big deals together. Paper investments, you can also try and do things beyond a local environment. You can do the things that are available locally, and you can do the things that are available internationally as well. There are many opportunities that one can participate in that space as well. I can see Temi is doing a lot with royalties and intellectual products. I see that. So let me share one little secret with you. Government that guys cannot get access to. There will be opportunities of looted money that will become available at low interest value for ladies to be able to access via the banks, via the Bank of Industry, via various channels. So you want to put structure to what you are doing as well. Keep your financial records. Ensure that you have a history of cash coming into your account, because it will determine what you can have access to. So if you ensure that you are planning correctly, there's going to be money available. So one of the things I'm doing is pushing my wife in a few places as well, because I know there are things she will be able to access that I probably may not be able to access.
As a woman.
Yes, in terms of finances, in terms of access to opportunities. So prepare for them. Put your books in order. So not only can we create intellectual property in terms of softwares, ebooks, and all of that, there's also opportunity in the manufacturing space today. So making things as basic as, hand wash liquid, making food items. There are some ladies in Lekki that I'm aware of who are turning over 1 billion naira doing kuli kuli. Wow. They're calling it bean cakes, and they're shaping it very nicely. So you can take what is normal and conventional and add structure to it, and it will attract big funding, it will attract big space. Products can be sold from Nigeria. You can move your stuff to Amazon, you can move yourself to Alibaba. You can actually begin to create value from here that becomes marketable there as well. So I'll put together a list, I'll share with you, and then you can pass around.
Thank you so much. Oh, wow. I can't keep you any longer, as I'm feeling guilty that you've given us so much of your time, and I cannot pay for this time. So, okay, I'll run through the questions again. So I have started from memory. Okay, Can you please give life examples of profitable and say, okay, I've done that. I have a gift of concerning couples that have marital issues. You need to join the inner circle or enroll from a one-on-one coaching program or read my book. So my free guide on how to make millions doing what you love. That book can be a pointer to, to how you can monetize your gift for reconciling couples. Or you just get that free guide. I think it's on my bio on Instagram. You can actually click on the link on my bio and then download the free guide. I mentioned 5 stages that your passion must go through to be able to make money for you. So please go read that book. Then please tell me about LIF. I think I've mentioned that. How much you need to join IML? IML, the forex trading, you need 103,000 naira. No, 95,000 naira to join as a customer, and then 103 to join if you want to build the business. But 95K is to join, to have access to the educational support and all that. And then to start trading itself, you need about 80,000 naira to start trading. Okay. So yes, we need him to tell us other. Yeah. He said you put up a resources together. You put this up, and then I will share with everybody with the replay link. So arts and crafts. Arts and craft. What kind of arts and crafts is that? Search Google. Okay, yes. I think we are done with the questions, right? Thank you so much for being here, ladies. Okay, somebody's asking you, sir, if H.W. is still on. Oh, he said yes. Yes, with exclamation mark. All of us, we have joined you. Because me, I don't want to be traveling anyhow now. I want to enjoy my money. Financial freedom, time freedom. Okay, so I'm sure that Mr. Delu will compile that list and he will let me know much about A2W. And once I'm in, you are in. Yes, now you all be in my chain. You want to jump my head? Don't worry, jump the head now. Because I have to arrange. I'll do some arrangements for all of us. Oh God, so hook me up to, yeah, of course, don't worry, you'll be hooked up. We actually going through, okay, we're 10 years. Oh wow. Oh, awesome. We'll follow up then. Okay, thank you, ladies. It's been amazing being here. Sir, do you have last words? Maybe one more slides to share with us, or anything you want to let us know again, so that we can let you go.
Okay, let me just share something.
Okay.
And then I'll end with that. Yeah. So I like to tell stories. So I'll tell you this story. This was a story that inspired me 12 years ago. You can hear me, yeah?
Yes, we can hear you, sir.
Okay, great. So 12 years ago, I stumbled on this story on the internet about a guy who had a red paper clip and started a challenge and ship exchange with another thing of value. And his goal was that somewhere along the line, he wanted to get a house. Now, the picture you can see in front of you is a magnified picture of the red paper clip and the actual house he was able to get after 15 trades. From his red paper clip, he was able to get a fish pen.
Wow.
From the fish pen, he was able to get a doorknob. From the doorknob, he was able to exchange it for a I better pass my neighbor type of generator. From the I better pass my neighbor type of generator, he was able to exchange it for something that got him a dinner meeting with a popular person. He didn't go for the popular meeting with the popular person. He sold the meeting to somebody else who was dying to meet that as another value.
Wow.
And in 15 trades, he was able to get a duplex.
Whoa.
The one that you see in that picture.
Whoa.
So I want to say to all the ladies and all the people that are in the house tonight, by consciously and deliberately trading your value for another value and starting this journey to move on and move on and move on, in the next 15 trades, or even if it is 30 trades, you can land whatever it is your dream. Never quit. Don't stop. Start with what you have. Go until you get what you are looking for. I wish you all the success in the world, and I look forward to a time when we'll meet and our paths will cross somewhere in the world. And reference we made to today as the day that the paradigms shifted, the eyes opened, and anything became possible.
Wow.
God bless.
Wow. Thank you so much, sir. Wow. I don't even have the words to say. Wow. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So, ladies, oh, my ladies, I need you to make a commitment to let this be a turning point for you. Don't forget that sheet that I asked you to write, that the things you will stop doing and the things you will start doing. Mr. Delu has mentioned everything I plan to talk about on. If I'm happy that I didn't even bother talking about that those wealth things I was talking to you about just now. You know, I'm happy I didn't mention them. But you know, really, we really have to get things right. We have to get things right. We cannot afford to do this thing, to do things the same way and expect for things to expect things to be different and the difference. We can't. We can't. We can't. Okay? We can't at all. We can't. We can't. So we've heard it all this night. I was going to say that wealth really is a state of abundance experienced by a person at a particular state of life. I mean, at a stage of life, you need to experience abundance. It encompasses knowledge, money, and all the things money can buy. Encompasses skills, talent, health, relationships, spiritual harmony, social harmony. You know, people around you know that you are indeed rich. Someone was saying here today that I'm wealthy in knowledge and all that. That is a form of wealth. All right, see, any fool can make money. Any fool can make money, I promise you. Once he or she just sees one thing, buy, sell, but no fool can be wealthy. Any fool can make money, but no fool can be wealthy. Write that down somewhere. No fool can be wealthy. You need to understand that no fool can be wealthy. And then propose in your mind to get educated. Anywhere you hear them doing any training on money, no matter how much you think you know you have learned, pay to enter that gathering. I know people here who attended the live events. They attended the live wealth creation, and they're still here today. In fact, I know a woman who paid for her friends to still join here. If you're watching this and somebody paid for you to watch this video, you owe that person, I mean, so much. Let me not say a life. So much. All right? So learn to train and empower yourself. So wealth education basically is to train and empower you to make money. Don't think you know enough. Don't think you see. I enrolled, you won't believe it, I enrolled for Have Eka's 100,000 naira e-course, 100K e-course on how to make how to grow your passion to $1 million business. I mean, I've not even opened the course beyond the first two modules, the 5-module course. But even I am still reading. I still bought my own book some days ago, titled "Real Money." Me, I'm still buying out, and these things you gain from here, you gain from there. There is no amount you spend on wealth education that is wasted. Even if they teach you rubbish in the class, even if they teach you everything you knew before, that reminder, it could be a validation of your knowledge that, okay, this thing is true. This thing that I heard from Temi and Temi Ajibewa really is true. Always invest. And the location of that education is the mind. It is not a school. They don't teach you these things in Harvard. They don't teach you in your Lagos Business School. They don't teach you in your Unilag or your Uniben or any of the OAU. Nobody teaches you this. Huh? And the duration is a lifetime. It's not a 4-year course. It's not a 3 hours course. It's a lifetime course. And what you get as your qualification at the end of the day is real wealth. You get real assets where your living expenses become a drop of water compared to what you earn. And people who are in this education are less than 3% of the world, of the whole world, less than 3%. I mean, everybody breathes, everybody eats, everybody sleeps, everybody has, I'm not saying have sex, but not everybody's having sex. Sorry. but those 3% of people are being educated when it comes to wealth. And the cost is invaluable. Any amount you pay, trust me, if you feel I cheated you with the amount you paid for this webinar, please send me a mail. If you don't send me a DM, I promise I will refund your money. And then it will not be a curse on you if you ever try to implement or if you lied about it. Because what you have paid is nothing. Because how much you would save alone from this information, let alone how much you would even make from the information. The reward you get is limitless. It is limitless. And your job description is you are either an entrepreneur, you cannot be an employee after hearing all these things. You're either an entrepreneur, you come out not as a doctor, as a lawyer. No, you're an entrepreneur. Even if you're a doctor, you're an entrepreneur, a doctor. You think like a solution provider, an entrepreneur, or you're a business owner, and you're a founder. These are the descriptions. This is the kind of job you get after going through wealth education. So the first things first is, what is your wealth programming? Whatever you thought about wealth before, start deprogramming yourself. Start deprogramming, because garbage in, garbage out. Many of you have been programmed in some negative ways before now. When you think of wealth, what comes to your mind? So some people are afraid to be wealthy. They are afraid of what wealth can bring to them. They are afraid of the possibility. They are afraid of success. Therefore, they limit themselves, because parents have said that if you have much money, money is the root of all evil. Money is not the root of all evil. Money, the love of money is the root of all evil. Money answereth all things. Money makes the world go round. God needs money to let the gospel to reach the ends of the earth. Yes. So imagine if you God needs money to be able to solve the poverty on earth. You have to make the money. See, you are doing the world no good by being poor. The world needs you rich. You can't help the poor by being a part of them. You can't. So start building wealth. In your head, save to invest. So like me, I have saving jars. I have about 6 accounts I save different money into. So my contributions, my children's school fees, I put it in my access account. This thing for investment, I put it somewhere. The one I spend for my upkeep, I put it somewhere. So that once that money finishes, if it was today, I deposited 20K to that account. So this is for my upkeep for the month. Upkeep for the month. So the one that goes to my parents, my parents-in-law, my children's accounts, their insurance policies and all that, everything goes. Put your savings on direct debits. Starting instructions, so that before you even touch the salary, the money has gone. So when they come and ask you for money, you are doing ojuanu, you are doing it does not have. You don't help the poor by being a part of them. You don't help the poor by giving this. It is not money that will save the poor. It is not money, it is in education. Okay? So, and also have multiple streams of income. Not just income, but multiple streams of residual income. I'm talking about this a lot, where your passive income far outweighs your expenses and even any lifestyle that you may want to live. So I have listed here 10 prosperous acts. Pay off your debts, please. That's the first. If you're owing anybody, please go and pay off. Go and you can do a payment plan. That please, I'm owing you 1 million naira. I'll pay you 10,000 naira. Because the woman I was owing, actually a bad business deal, and I think she's even live. She's watching. She should be in this room. I said, please let me use this money. I'll be paying you. I think it's 10% every month, and it's almost 10 months now. I'm sure I'll soon finish paying the debts. She did not give me the money to use. No, it was a business deal that went bad, and I chose to be responsible. to help her go through that process because she needed help. Again, pay yourself first. Okay, if you are an entrepreneur, pay yourself first. Then plan your needs and stop and procrastinate your wants. Plan your needs. Like now, I was telling you about planning. Plan for this, plan for that, and then procrastinate your wants. You want a new shoe, you want a new dress, you want a this, you want, if you see my wardrobe, you know me now. Until I was able to afford human hair. In fact, people are dashing me human hair before I use my money to buy human hair. 35,000 naira. I said, even if you hold on first. People say, look at you. Now you can afford the money. I could, but I have to delay gratification because if I go broke tomorrow, I doubt if there are one or two people here among you guys that will give me 1 naira. You all be saying, hey, yeah, coach, sorry, you all that millions. So she was even lying about her millions. If I go and mismanage my funds, and I'm still a young girl, I'm 31 years old for goodness sake. I still have life ahead of me. 31. So let me suffer now in quotes, and then be able to put structure and system in place so that I can enjoy life longer, and I don't have to work. In fact, even now I don't have to work. If I like, I don't do anything. If coaching, in fact, I'm supposed to get coaching clients to engage in one-on-one coaching calls this month with people. I could not. I was just too busy. I said, I beg, if they like, make no coaching students even come safe. Money they enter from different areas. So I got lazy, but I still coach because I have passion to teach. As you would see now, I've not had dinner. I'm obviously tired. I had headache, like splitting headache this afternoon. When I was finishing my slides, I had to paracetamol. But look at me still talking. I've been talking since 6:30. It's 10:30. This is nothing but passion. You know in your heart of heart that it's not your 5K that's making me talk till now. You know. This is just passion because for me, I want people to attain that freedom. That it is possible. And as women, we have been given different stories that you're a woman. What do you know? You're a woman. You should not earn more than your husband. Says who? There's something a mentor of mine told me. He said, God created a man finish. And so that he was incomplete and created a helper for him. But do you think when you say your helper, is your helper your mates? Is your helper somebody who has a lower power than you? No. Therefore, women are more powerful. So you are more powerful to actually be a helper. So if everybody deserves to earn more in the family economy, it is the woman because she has more power. She is smarter. She has more energy, more. She can multitask and everything. So I'm not asking you that you should despise your husband for earning much or low. I'm just saying that you should enable yourself. Permit yourself to succeed because you were designed to succeed. Okay? So ask for, and get discounts. Nothing is, don't say, ask for the worst case scenario. They say you know. In fact, I took a course on negotiation. That course cost me about 150K, but the money that course has saved me is over millions. When I learned negotiation as a skill. Yes, I studied negotiation. I bought a program where all they taught me was on how to negotiate. Badass. So expect and ask for, and because your receipts, you send them bread, you bought something in the ATM, don't just squeeze and just fit it. No, learn how to use your money. One of my mentors said that the day one guy at a filling station was to keep her change. I think 30 naira or so. She was now waiting for the change, and the guy was like, madam, it's just 30 naira now. So give me my change. This is Ibukwa Woshika. She's not anyhow girl or anyhow woman, rather. You can't dip your hands into my pockets and take my money. I have to give you. I heard this story in 2000 and was it 2009 that she shared this story at one of POC's events, one of these Arise Africa, this Arise Youth Africa conferences. That was my first time of hearing her speak. I mean, Bukawashika. And that story has not left my head since that time. That you can't dip your hands into my pocket. I have to choose what I'm going to give to you. So buy in bulk, okay? Buy on time. Buy in bulk. All this rush hour for children's school fee and children, this thing now. children went back to school. You knew your kids will resume since last year. Buy those things you need on time before things get expensive. Buy in bulk. When you got pregnant, you had 9 months notice to plan for your baby's arrival. When you paid your house rent this year, you have 12 months notice, right, of the next rent. So you know when it's coming. Balance your accounts daily. Don't be shy. See, I buy my account daily. Today I've spent, let me not give you the figures because you may be able to get some things. But my offering, my tithes, when I was coming, I bought catfish, then I bought biscuits for Charles. Everything, I had them written out. What I spent today. Okay, then get help. If you need coaching, please get it. If you need an accountant, get them. If you just get it, see, people who are successful, not that they need help. I know I need help, and so I go for help every single time. Okay. Finally, be a lifelong student of financial management. And then I say, mind work for health, work for wealth. Know that you deserve to be wealthy. Know that you cannot help the poor by being one of them. Know that the world needs you rich. Know that wealth is a skill you can acquire. It's not a magic. Wealth is achievable. Tell me that I can achieve wealth. Leave me a comment and say, I can achieve wealth. Say, I can achieve wealth. If you are here and you have not looked anything, tell me that I can achieve wealth. Type and say, I can achieve wealth. Say, I can achieve wealth. You deserve wealth, okay? You deserve wealth. You can achieve wealth. So leave me a comment and say, I can achieve wealth. Someone say, I can achieve wealth. I can achieve wealth. And wealth is achievable. It's a skill you can acquire. The world needs you rich. Someone say, the world needs me rich. Someone say that I cannot help the poor by being one of them. I am of no use to the world if I am poor. Yeah, I mean, people need things. People need help. The world needs you rich. Wealth is a skill I can acquire. Wealth is achievable. I can achieve wealth. I deserve to be wealthy. Yeah. Somebody here needs to see that into our head. Somebody here needs to write that down and put it on your vision board. I deserve to be wealthy. Say, I deserve to be wealthy. I deserve it. I deserve it. Those who are rich don't have two heads. I deserve it. Okay? So now reset your thermostats. If before you think that your ability is just on 100,000 naira, go and reset it. That is the issue people that won a lottery used to face, because there's an amount of money that they can accommodate. So now go and blow your mind. If you're thinking 100K before, start thinking in millions, because it is possible. If people are doing it, I'm doing it. It is possible. Okay? The difference is where you are, okay, and what you know. If you can start changing the things that you know, start learning more, you will do more. Okay? If you like your fruits, check your roots. What is feeding you? What is, the roots is being fed by the soil around it, right? What is the component of the soil around you? What is the component of the soil? Who are you spending your time with? Stop asking your broke friends to give you money advice. What are you feeding your mind with? Okay, if you like your fruits, check your roots. Check your roots. What soil? What is your soil? What is your soil made up of? If you're on a rocky soil, you will get chokes. If you are on a shallow soil, you don't have depth. Go and check your friends. Stop watching television. Read books instead. Stop watching YouTube videos on this thing. Watch motivational books instead. Enroll for courses. After now, I want you to go and enroll for, even if it's ladies in business club, even if it's inner circle, even if you can afford one-on-one coaching with me, pay for it. Now, one-on-one coaching, it is 360 degrees. I coach you far beyond monetizing your passion. I show you all my access. I show you my behind the scene. I mentor you personally. I hold you accountable to your goals. I help you set the goals. One of my clients was telling me, Abeke, that when I doubled a goal for the month of for this month of August, she was like, what kind of outlandish goal is this? So in January to June, she had about four students and four clients. And then for July, I asked her to set a goal to get 5 clients. Guess what? She got the 5 clients. So for August, I said get 10 clients, and we set the goals together. Guess what? She got 15 clients. But at 1st of June, she was like, of August, she was like, what kind of goal is this? This is so outlandish. In fact, she used the word outlandish. She said, but today she had 15 clients. So that's what I help my one-on-one people to do. So move on, okay? Then balance your 4 quadrants. Don't be a mental case. You know, stop pitying yourself. Stop asking for help. Stop asking for freebies. When you ask for freebies, you insult God. That you're not enough. That he didn't create you complete. Stop asking for freebies. Stop asking for freebies. You are here asking for loans, asking for being freebies up and down, asking for stop it. Sell bread, sell milk. You see, I always say you can't be broke. You can't be broke and be proud at the same time. That is disaster. Okay, balance is mentally. Be ready to do this. You can do this. Emotionally, pray about it. There is space for grace. No matter how smart I think I am, I know those who are smarter who are broker. I know those who are smarter than I am. Yes, people people are here. I know somebody that you know far more than I do when it comes to life. I'm just 31 for goodness sake. I ask how many books have I read? No, how many? But there are some things that is beyond knowledge. Open up my mind. Don't play the success game not to lose. You can't play on the defensive and expect yourself to ever win goals. Imagine a football match where all the players, they will sit down, they will stand at their own goalposts and they never go and strike. What happens? Even if you lose money, lose the money. Be willing to lose money. If you don't lose, you will not gain. No, if you don't lose, you will not. Yes. See, I have lost more money than I've gained. I've lost more money, but the difference that I lose money, I learn. I learned how not to do it. Now I noticed that I was never investing. Someone was asking me, someone was telling me recently about this video. I said, please, I don't want anything that involves that if I don't bring people, I'll not earn money. I said, no, I don't want that anymore. I want something that is independent, that either I bring person, no, I don't bring person, no, I go to earn money. I have learned from my experience from other businesses that I in quotes failed at. The same thing applies for you. So again, like I said, spiritually, please, I don't joke with my prayers. I don't joke with my tithes. I don't joke with my offerings. I don't joke with these things. See, I don't joke with my givings. There are spiritual laws to these things. See, the devil is not happy if you are rich. Yes, I repeat, especially if you are a godly person and then you are now rich. He knows that you will use your wealth to deliver people. He knows that you use your wealth to help people. Therefore, he's not happy that you want to be rich. So people here, they are rich people, saw them that they would make sense from this class. And so he blocks them. He blocks their mind from enrolling from this class. Because from this class, they would experience liberation. And by the grace of the living God that you serve, that I serve, whatever shackle may have held you back before now, whatever mind blocks you may have experienced, you may have had before now, whatever excuses you may have had, whatever reasons that have held you back before now, the God of heaven will break that yoke of the enemy over your life today in the name of the living God. God himself will break the hold of poverty, the cycle of poverty, the cycle of not enough, the cycle of walking like elephants and eating like an ant. It will break that cycle in your life today. No more will you be broke. You no longer be unfruitful. You will not be barren. You will not be unfruitful. You will have more than enough. You'll be able to help people. You'll be able to do more for people. By the grace of the living God. I pray that you would have all the strength and the stamina and the wherewithal, and your brain will begin to open. Your brain will open. Your mind will open. I release your mind tonight, that you begin to see opportunities, begin to see possibilities, begin to see amazing things you can put your mind to do and achieve greatness. I pray that your movements will be forward and upward henceforth. I pray that the shackles of the devil, either be it a curse upon you or be it a family inheritance, I pray that it is broken tonight in the name of the living God. Nothing, all these things are spiritual. I don't joke with it, because the devil wants to keep you in poverty. Poverty is not godly. There is nothing godly. God created the heavens and the earth. How can God then be poor? How can you call yourself a child of God and you are poor and you are broke? It is an embarrassment, a colossal disgrace to the kingdom of God. And that was the devil's intention for you. But I pray that today, God, that will break in your life and you would become a success story indeed. And you see that, yes, you are liberated. Amen. 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 Things would move for you. Things will move on your behalf. Men will move in your favor. As you are moving, the heavens will move with you. God will crown all your efforts with great success. He said, God will give it unto you when you just do a little, and then God will not embarrass you with grace. And then that tiny thing you do will become so mighty in your hands that even you will be dazed. And then I pray for one person tonight. I'm not sure who you are. I'm not sure why I'm doing this. I have no idea why I'm praying in a business class, but I'm praying for you. You used to be rich. You used to have money. People used to make you a point of reference when it came to making money. But somehow, the devil came to kill, to steal, and to destroy. And then you were left empty. And your land, which was once fertile, became desolate. I pray for you. There is restoration today. I pray the God who took me from being a washer girl to the girl who pays her tithes in 7 figures. Our God today will restore your wealth to you. He will open new doors for you, and you will give a testimony. In 12 months, your story will change. There is restoration for you today in the name of the living God. I pray that you will not be the same again. Everything you have lost, the way Job was restored, you will be restored. You will be restored in folds, in 7 times 7 times 7 folds. And no longer would people call you desolate. They will not call you bitterness. You will not be a show of shame again in the name of the Lord. You will not be a show of shame again in the name of the living God. You will not be a show of shame again. You shall be a point of reference. And people will say, oh, wow, she was tested. She was tested, but now she's back whole. And the Lord will set a table before you in the presence of your enemies, and you will be able to eat it, and you will eat it boldly, and you will be filled, and you would give. You even have to give to your children and your children's children, and because of you, your generation is forever blessed in the name of God. In the name of God. All right then. All right. We have to end this now. So, like I said, you need to become aware. Okay, become aware of things. Don't be ordinary anymore. You can't be ordinary. Become awareness of things. You need to learn more. Okay, become aware of who you are. You can hear what Mr. Adiolu said. So you need to know where you are. You need to know where you are right now. You need to know where you are. Don't leave things to chance anymore. Don't allow ignorance to kill you. Become aware of where you are, okay? And understand your situation. Understand things, how things are. And then begin to disassociate yourself from any negative emotions, negative feelings. Those you need to forgive them. Those you need to embrace them. The habits you need to stop having, if it is coke, if it is impulse buying, if it's ashwebi, stop it. Okay, disassociate yourself from what's it called now? From any unempowering thoughts or unempowering actions. Disassociate yourself from such, and then declaration. Okay, so go to the holy book. Go and write out declarations for your life. I have some confessions I say. Okay, I use these two tools very often. I use my confessions. I use my vision board. These two tools have greatly helped me. Okay, you can see my vision board, above there. I put my vision board there, the kind of house I want to have. If you're in my Ladies in Business Club, I showed you my full vision board some days ago during our mentoring coaching call. I know P. Samuel should remember that. Okay, so confession. Go and confess all the good things about money. Like I shared here. I said at least 50 confessions, 50 affirmations. At least write them out about what you want to, about money. Okay, say anytime you have any disempowering belief about money, just write something that is good, and don't declare negative. Don't say I am not poor. No, say I am rich. Let the poor say I am rich. Let the weak say I am strong. That is what the word of God says. Okay, confess what you want. Stop focusing on what you don't want. That is an away from. Stop saying I don't want to be poor. Now you know what you don't know. What you don't want. What do you now want? Also, create a vision board. All right, create a vision board. So I have shared with you my income streams. I think you've seen this before, and then I've also shared with you. So that's it. That's it basically. So oh wow, that was a long one. So we are way. It's almost 11. So working hard is when you work hard at something. Okay, so it could be right now I'm working hard at this. This is working hard because I believe this is something that I want to do. I'm not doing it. I was not forced to do it. Okay, I am working hard at it. Okay, to make it a success. But hard work is different. This is not hard work for me. If it was hard work, I won't still be here 45 minutes after when I should have closed. I still won't be here. This is not hard work for me. Okay, I hope that example you get what I mean by hard work. So hard work is not what you want to focus on. Focus on smart work. Focus on love work. Focus on on passion work. But you can actually work hard on something because you want to achieve a specific goal. Okay, but you're not being forced to do it. It's not that you are being forced to engage in that thing. Okay, so somebody's asking how to turn a decorative clockwork and mirror into product info. Okay, maybe a blog, maybe a blog. I'm not sure what you can write about it. Maybe you can increase it to become a full interior book or something. Okay, you can always check Google to see your options. I'm not sure if I'll buy a book on wall clock and mirrors. If I can buy a free guide that can share something on wall clock. No, sorry, I can download a free guide, but I'm not sure I would buy a book or a course on what, unless you want to create something on interiors generally. Maybe I'm something with interiors. But keep thinking about it. Go to bed thinking about it. Okay, go to bed thinking about it. It will come to you. I'm sure it will come to you. Okay. So thank you all. I believe I've been able to answer your questions, and then we are all good to go. Thank you. Thank you. So don't forget, please, please, if you have taken a screenshot, now is a good time to do a screenshot. Let me smile. Like, so do a screenshot about this and then go and post on Instagram, tag me, share your testimonials with me, share your aha moments with me. Let me know what you gained from this. Let me know what's really moved for you. And I'm happy that we have all stayed. I mean, 40 participants. Everybody has stayed till now. Wow. I mean, that's good. I knew we would have like half of the class, about 50, and I think we had about 50 actually people here eventually. So you have the slides, yes, and you would also have the replay link, absolutely, yes. And then you also have the results that Mr. Deolu promised us. So give me 2 to 3 days because I would love to edit this myself. And as you can see, it's a long editing. It's not a short one. So I want to remove all the unnecessary parts so that those who are watching the replay will not be burdened with too much to watch. Already it's about 4 hours already. Let me go and see where I can cut off. Though I really won't cut off any parts. It's been back-to-back hits. Maybe I'll just remove the beginning parts. I mean, before I began my slides, maybe where I was doing introduction, waiting for 10 minutes or so for people to join us and all that. I'm going to remove those parts. But the main class itself will actually be full. Okay, mean of capital investment. Okay, capital investment, like he said, and these are things that you can even Google online, okay? Yeah, I think you should do that. Yeah, Google what capital investment means, Tessie. Yes, befriend Google, and you know the more open you are to learning yourself, the better you learn than when you ask people to just give you answers. As a coach, I don't give answers. If you have worked with me, you would know and you remember that I don't just give you answers. I ask you questions, okay? Coaches questions. Maybe trainers tell, but coaches ask you, just gonna ask you to think and come up with your own answers. So capital investment, I know it means that you are investing in capital, like assets, capital assets. That means that you buy low, sell high, but you have to sell it to have the cash. Okay, then we have, I think, cash investments too, where it's like monetary value. You can quickly, it's not like you are like I have to sell it to make money. No, as in it's the dividends alone gone is giving you money. That's cash investment. But again, like I said, go and do your research and come up with more answers. Yes, you have the slides. Yes, I'm happy your brain has shifted. Thank you. I'm happy you are strengthened. Amen. Amen. God bless me. Replay link will be available in about 2 days maximum. I want to sleep all of Monday because actually I wrote an affirmation about this. You know, I wrote an affirmation about this. I shared the affirmation with Ladies in Business Club. I don't think I want to share it with everybody here. No, those are things that people who are in my inner circle should get. If they prepare you, join Ladies in Business Club. It's just 10,700. I think there's even a discount now, 7,000 so something. And by next month, by October, yeah, next month we'll be running our live events. Then we'll throw more discounts too. So watch out or go and join now. Please don't. Thank you so much, ladies. Don't forget to do your. I'm happy you got plenty value. Have a good night. Dr. Taya, thank you so much for being here. I look forward to our sessions together. Have a good night. Good night, everybody. Good night, good night, good night, good night, good night, good night. Bye-bye.